Welcome everyone to this week's Countdown for Novice. Once again, I am your host, Intel, and today I am joined by, on the right, the sunny sun with a little top hat. That's Florida from SBC.
Hello.
On the bottom of me, we have Analyst Ghost.
Former manager of Edinburgh Monarchs.
And to the bottom right, the Kirby sleeping is Nukmar, main support bench player for Wisdom Academy.
Okay, man, did you have to say bench, though?
I had to.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will say this is actually a custom logo I made because I was getting bored with using other images.
Oh, well, that's kind of a dub. But we're going to be going over last week's games. Each one was kind of interesting in its own right. We had Wisdom versus EM, which ended in a 3-0 in favor of Wisdom. Player of the match being Zorth Khan, and honorable mention being Minimax. And honestly, I was a bit more surprised with this last week. The last time they had a match like this, EM actually took a map, but they looked a lot more chaotic. Do we have any opinions on that?
I want to talk about this so much. Okay, first off, Valerie and Pog and Mistfire and Youngsu played really well whenever they were in. But especially Pog, especially Valerie could have played so much better. I think this was a coaching decision that Pog was on flex support this game and Valerie on main support because Pog has been practicing and playing flex support for Edinburgh all season, but he used to be a main support player. So instead of putting a player who we scouted for playing Anna in Pugs back before the season started, putting them on flex support, we put Pog on flex support and the player who barely played main support. I can't speak right now. They'd put the player who barely played main support, to my knowledge, in.
Yeah, from what I heard, they didn't have Dragon because yeah, they were gone. So it was interesting. You know, they were trying something new.
Yeah, I think they should have put Pog on main support though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Pog's main support is actually pretty good. It's pretty. Pog.
You've won outlet.
Yeah. I will say, so I caught bits and pieces of this game. I didn't get the full picture, but I feel, of course, Wisdom is honestly 5 weeks ahead than everyone at this point. Not everyone, but most people. Everyone. What am I talking about?
Yeah, everyone.
It's just their coaching staff are so in sync with each other. I'm saying synchronization as if they're players, but they actually are in sync, I think, with the needs of the team, and they have the right idea of how to coach their players, and how to talk about and how to direct their players on how to improve. And because of that, I just think they know how to get coordinated fast, and they know how to play really, really well. Edinburgh. Edinburgh has been was pretty impressed, especially early season, but as more teamwork has slowly started to creep in, I've noticed a little bit of decline in skill, not too much. But it seems that as individual players have stopped being as important as being able to coordinate as a team, Edinburgh has started to slowly fall off. And that, I don't know if that might just be a personal issue, because I don't think their players are bad. I do think that they have some of the best players in the league. I just think that their coordination could use a little bit of work, I think. And it's nothing, again, I do think that they're actually a pretty good team. Again, it's just they need to get over that hump. I do feel if they can do that, they could probably take down a couple of the best teams in Novice. So, yeah.
There's literally only two other best teams.
Yeah, there's only two other best teams, yeah.
I mean, OTW are still pretty good, but I think with Edinburgh, it really comes down to if Merlin can do his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you shut down Merlin, he doesn't. Yeah. The team is done for. Nothing happens. I mean man's literally I kid you not. The fight was won on Volskaya on on EM defense. Volskaya. All he had to do was just sit in the same exact spot with his Orisa, and he pushed out, got hacked, and died instantly.
Well,
and then I lost the entire map.
I was screaming at my phone at that point.
It was an honestly interesting game, and hopefully improvements does come out of EM, especially when discussing onto the next week's games. But we're going to be talking about the next match, which was Geometric versus SBC. Geo winning in a 3-1. It was a very interesting game because we had player of the match Flank Yada and an honorable mention Woolly Sheep and SD Zum, who's, repeatedly there. And honestly, I've had pretty interesting opinions. I know I watched this game because SBC looked pretty new. Like, Florida, can you kind of get the perspective that came from that match?
So, SBC, I won't lie to you. We before I joined the team, and actually not even when I joined the team, like a week after we joined the team is when we actually started learning how to play the game together, and that's when we started getting a lot of our new pieces together. That's when we get Dason and Ghost Turtle. That's when we really start to form we've become a lot more unified in these last 3 weeks, I think. That's why we were able to first draw, I think, we drew a map against Geo, then we took a map off of Wisdom, and now we've just taken a map off of Geo. We're getting a lot better week by week. Unfortunately, unless there's a petition floating around, I won't leak too much about it, but unless the playoffs change, obviously, and this will be our last week, I think this is the 1 week, I think, where we can actually show we can get a win. I will say, for Geo, this specific series, the first map we kind of threw, the second point. The first point was pretty close, but the second point we just misplayed our compositional advantages and disadvantages. We should have gotten on top of Tilted Waffles Ash, because he was just destroying us. Map 2, which is Hanamura. I will say Hanamura is our best map out of the entire map pool. When we can beat Wisdom Academy on Hanamura, that is probably our best map. So I can't say too much there. But then the problem that happens is we had a couple of switches, and that kind of threw our chemistry out. So Ghost Turtle is our primary main tank, but we recently signed Savage Kidney from the coaching bench to become as a backup main tank, so Ghost didn't have the burden all to himself. The problem is, it's a he. Savage
No,
Kidney
Ghost Turtle?
Ghost Turtle is a he.
Ghost Turtle's a she.
No, that's me.
Ghost Turtle is a he. I can confirm that. I actually can't
You
confirm.
mixed up with me, I think.
But nevertheless, for some reason, coach made the decision to put Savage Kidney in, even though on King's Row, even though Kidney, not Giddy. Let me rephrase. Sorry. Savage Kidney was going to put it on King's Row when Ghost Turtle, the entire week of scrims, had practiced on King's Row as the main tank. And then also he switched it where Savage Kidney had actually played the main tank on Dorado while Ghost Turtle was on the bench. So we mixed up our signals. Also, Lanix got boomed from King's Row, so we were forced to put in Eidolon Space Cowboy. And this is kind of internal things, but Lanx is like our bedrock of DPS lineup. If he is in, he synergizes well with either of our other DPS. But the problem is, as soon as we take him out of the equation, it kind of falls apart there. So I feel like we have been getting better, and I do think we're not as bad as we were early season. We're a lot better than we were early season, and we actually continue to improve even if this week is our final week. And I think I think we're happy where we're at. No matter what happens, we've just gotten consistently better and better. Even though the score lines look pretty far apart, we have been taking points a lot more than we have in the past. If you look, who was it? We didn't get a single map of EM back in, I forget, it was like week 4.
Week
we didn't
3, I want to say.
Week 3, we didn't take a single map. And we've just been steadily getting better and better each week. And
Makes
that's
sense.
all I can do.
The first point of lead, John.
I'm gonna have to cut you off there just to see if any other opinions are said onto this match, so we can go to the next game.
I think SBC played really well. In my opinion, he's got robbed. I think for the most part, he did outplay Geo in that series, but that just might be my Dason bias.
Probably. What about you, Nunmar?
Dason bias. I didn't really watch that much of the game, but I just assumed you guys took him to Hanamura because you won a map, and that's easily your best map.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
we just have a strategy set for Hanamura, and it's not difficult to break, but at the same time, it's just we know how to play it really well. And yeah, it's just other maps. Our escort maps, I will not lie to you guys, there are a worse map type. We have yet to really get a concrete strategy down on those types. So that's what we're kind of going to the grandstone this week, is trying
Coach
to get a
Diff.
plan. Yeah, it is Coach Diff right now. Well, actually, Blue, ever since we got we have a new head coach, Blue Hatred. He's really
And
turned
manager.
the team and manager. He's also become our manager, but he's really turned the team around. I think before him, we were kind of a little bit lost, but Blue was really taking us in a good direction. But yeah, because we
Just
probably
don't be Rio season 3.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
I did actually get a chance to interview Blue about something, which I'm not going to try and avoid plugging it right now.
Yeah, let's not
yeah,
worry about
he-
it too much.
Yeah,
He
we should-
was. I agree that he's really turned your team around.
Anyways, let's
Yeah.
not the hosting job. Let's get on to this next match because I've talked for like 10 minutes or
Hey,
5
no
minutes.
worries. It was very informative. Now, going on to the last game that had last week, we had OTW versus Hyperflex. Not too surprising, OTW wins in a 3-0 against Hyperflex. Player of the match being me, and honorable mention being Tree60. Now, honestly, for me, not too surprised. They just got Chef back after he was quarantined down for a while, and they just did not look synergized.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the
game. I honestly didn't catch any of this game either.
Uh,
However, I
I've
do
watched
think-
things run
It wasn't
Vegas.
streamed, was it?
It was
No.
not to my knowledge, no.
Well, so OGW, I think they got kind of rocked early season. Their schedule was kind of brutal early season. They had Wisdom and Geo back to back to start
It was
off.
Wisdom Edinburgh Geo.
Wisdom, Edinburgh, Giro. And the problem is, I feel like they hadn't really gotten their team together at that point. Whereas I feel like Wisdom was a little bit ahead of the ball, Giro was a little bit ahead of the ball, and Edinburgh was performing really well, especially early season. So I think OTW is actually a really, really good team. I just think they've had unfortunate circumstances happen, not like roster-wise, but just I don't think they really got the ball rolling because they kept getting like knocked down. I think they've started a resurgence now, and when we get to playoffs, I think they're going to be secretly scary to watch out for. I know that they've been 3-0'd by a couple of the high teams, but just keep an eye out for OGW because they could be surprising.
Oh, yeah. But now we're going to be going on to the predictions for this week or next week's games, really, I guess, in the terminology. First up, we're going to be having Wisdom versus Geometric, which I put as a 3-1 in favor of Wisdom. Nukmar, you're in the match, so you couldn't have voted on it. Florida, you put a 3-2 in favor of Wisdom, and Ghost, you put a 3-0 in favor of Wisdom. Now, honestly, these are pretty, like, kind of balanced, I guess, predictions. Normally people either are in favor of one side or they're not in favor of another side. Goes for Mike. And honestly,
I'm trying.
yeah,
What's
so
wrong with it?
Florida, I'm a bit curious on why you think Geo is going to be able to bring them to, like, the Wisdom's first Game 5.
So, I won't lie to you. Wisdom's a terrifying team, and they have I don't think they've really lost more than one map. Have they? I'm pretty sure
They've lost 3 maps total, if I remember correctly.
They've lost
Three?
maps.
Wait,
Hold on.
has it actually been 3?
Nukmar,
Okay.
you're on the team, and that's sad.
That
I
is
think
impressive.
it's
Hold on.
Edinburgh, Geo, and SPC.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess it is 3.
They have lost 3 total maps. And because of that, it's worrying to think. So when they last played, they actually have not played Geo. Wait, no, they should have played Geo. What am I
No,
talking
we
about?
did.
No,
They
they did
won
play
3-1.
Geo, and that was the one team that they lost a map to. I will say that Geo has been looking a lot more better. I think Tilted Waffle actually has started to step up his game. I thought, so this is a personal opinion, I thought he would look a little bit weaker than Xful did early season, but as the meta has kind of shifted, Tilted Waffle has definitely come alive, I think. And I think if Wisdom comes to this game with a little bit not an open mindset, I think Geo could surprise them, and I do think Geo could take those 2 maps off of them and take them to a map 5. However, it is Wisdom Academy, and I do think even if they get shocked early, they'll just be able to recover in the end.
Any other kind of opinions going into this game?
Wisdom kind of just roll Geo on every role. Like, Thai is the best flex DPS in Novice. Minimax is probably if not the best, the second best main tank in Novice. You've got Zorfcon, who is probably the best player in Novice. And obviously you've got Nukmar and Geekcake on support. Hello Nukmar, I know you're here. And both you and Geek are very good, and Red Panda, despite being the weakest, is still probably the top 3 flex support.
You're forgetting Spongy.
I mean, do I need to mention him?
Yes.
He's just too good. He's too good.
Alright, there we go.
Hashtag put him hashtag put Spongy in expert.
I would actually advocate for Thigh in the Inter, but that's just me. Anyways.
So what happens when you don't play comp? Now, the analysts in the community also believe that Wisdom are going to be winning. So, Nakmar, are you kind of going to be scared going up against Geo this week, or?
Probably, but because I've never played against Geo. I think the week we played Geo, I think I had to go eat dinner.
Oh, well.
Just left.
Well, good job, Nakmar. Good job.
Thank you.
But we're going to be going into the next game, which is EM, or Edinburgh, versus OTW. Now, I put a 2-3 in favor of OTW. Nakmar, you put a 3-2 in favor of EM. Flora, you put a 3-2 in favor of OTW. And Ghost, you put a 3-1 in favor of EM. Ghost, you're the only one who has not put this as a map 5, and why is that?
I think that, especially now that I think Dragon's getting back, just from what I've heard, and no confirmation or anything, I have genuinely no clue. I think if Dragon's back, it'll be 3-1 in favour of Edinburgh, because I think Edinburgh do actually coach it. Having worked alongside Commercial and Juice for a substantial part of this season, they are both very good at what they do. I would be surprised if OTW win.
Alright.
Yeah, what about you, Florida and Nakmar?
So, I can take this. So, there might be a little bias here, because I was a member of OTW for the first 3 weeks of the season. And even then, I felt that they were a lot stronger of a team. Against Edinburgh is a scary team. I know I badmouthed them a little bit earlier that they've started to degrade, but now that I've heard that they were missing their main support, or their it wasn't main support, they're missing their flex support.
No, main support.
Is it? Oh, he's main support? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But because he was missing that role, I feel maybe they're going to be able to turn this into a lot more dominant of a game. I do think, though, the DPS lineup, so SDA, no, not SDA, ignore me. But that's Geo. Tree is insane. If OTW wins their map picks, I think they can win. They can at least go to a map 5, I think, and win. However, if EM find ways to disrupt, especially their OTW's Temple of Anubis, I feel like EM has a really good shot of winning this game. But I just think OTW might have a little bit more of the teamwork down right now. But again, knowing that EM is getting their team back, getting their core back, I feel like that might shift it for EM. It's just, this is going to be a really tight game, I think. I don't think so, even though I think in the past, wasn't this a roll?
3-2-6 map victory for Edinburgh.
Yeah, 3-2 map 6. So this is going to be a really intense game. I think this might be game of the week, if the Wisdom Geo game turns out to be a roll. In Wisdom, it might, but we'll see. But I really think this will be this might be the most intense game of the week. So I can't wait to see it.
I'd also like to clarify something. I said 3-1 expecting a draw.
Oh, expecting a draw, that makes sense. But when it comes to the analysts and the community, this one's a bit more shaken, but both still are in favor of EM. And while I do think that's pretty fair, I'm still going.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. I just thought you didn't want to say
I
anything.
couldn't say anything.
Then say
Ford
something.
was talking. So EM is honestly just a coin flip, to be honest. They either play really, really well on one map, or they play like not the greatest on another map. So like, it's all about whether EM is gonna play really well on more maps than OTW is, or if OTW is gonna run 360, and if like Merlin run 360 on Widow, and if Merlin's gonna shut that down. It's all about the matchup, player by player.
And that's pretty true, honestly. But to quickly go back to what I was saying, I apologize, Nakmar. But I think people might be sleeping a bit on OTW. Then again, I've always seen the best in OTW. I've always thought of them as a top-tier team, just a bit unwoken. But, we'll just have to see what happens when it comes to the match. And for the final game, we have SBC versus Hyperflex, which I think we'll finally finish the debate on who's the worst team. For me, I put a 3-0 in favor of Hyperflex. Nakmar, you put a 3-2 in favor of Hyperflex Florida. You're in the game, so you couldn't vote. Ghost, you put a 3-1 in favor of SBC. Now, you're the only one who's putting SBC in favor, so I want to hear your predictions, and then I want to hear it strictly from Florida's perspective.
Lanix and Dakin kind of goated, not gonna lie.
Pretty fair.
I mean, I'm gonna go further in now. I do think that this will be probably if Edinburgh can't pull out a win, I think SBC will definitely rep the teams in blue.
Yep. Blue teams for life. Anyways.
And SBC, I think, apart from I'd say flex support and off tank, sorry Florida, have Hyperflex beaten in every role.
That's pretty. But Florida, how about you? Honestly, SBC and Hyperflex are one of the only teams that have currently been rated lowest consistently. At least for me, find it hard to see which team is worse. But how do you feel, really?
Well, so Hyperflex. So let's review some things real fast. Hyperflex. So the closest map they've had was a 3-2 against EM, correct?
Yes.
Yes. And while we've had 3-1s, it has been against the top two teams in the league, against Wisdom and Geo. Now, admittedly, we did get 3-0'd by EM, but that was in week 3, and that's when we were in our rebuilding stage. Ever since we've really
picked up first point lead jump.
Yeah. And remember, from about week 5 onward, we've really turned on the juice of like how we've actually started to play pretty well. So I feel that, but the thing is as well, Hyperflex on the other hand, yes, they 3-2'd EM. I don't know if EM played their best game that day, and also Hyperflex has been like consistently worse, even though like they beat us week 1, but that the only reason they beat us week 1, again, our team was garbage week 1, and 2 and 3 and 4, honestly,
and 8.
I mean, also Valerie kind of happened in week 1.
Yeah, Valerie kind of happened week 1. So I feel as if we are a lot better than them. And I think it will probably not even be that close. Chef has made the team a lot better, I will say that. But I feel that our team has been we've been slowly building momentum. We've been slipping away series by not playing our minor mistakes. I think we're going to be able to overcome those this week, and we're going to get our first win. I do not think we're going to end the season without a win.
Right, just don't be Rio Redemption. I mean, you're already. I think you're already better than them. I don't know.
We've won 3 maps, which is more than Rio won.
Right.
Rio did not win a single map the entire season. So
yeah, but Rio had empty.
Yeah,
on
but empty
support.
sucks. Hey, I'm on hot take.
But
Hot
empty
take.
plays Torb.
Yeah.
Not season 2.
Well,
on season
Okay,
two.
Empty played Lucio in season 2.
Either
That's
way-
even
Yeah,
better.
yeah, empty play.
No, yeah, either way, that is a bit off track, going back to the past and the memes made from that.
Dude, can I say things now?
Yeah, of course.
Alright, so I put 3-2 Hyperflex because I just really think that this series will be a pretty close series. And also, it's all a test to see how hard will the Hyperflex DPS line actually carry them. Because if I'm being honest, Chef, really good. Goated. Honestly,
He's built
just
different.
built different. Almighty Gong, that guy is actually like on a whole nother level. He's insane, dude, I swear. How is he like 8th round? I think he was 8th round.
I don't. Some people, you don't pick them up first because you know that you saw talent in them. But
I mean,
is that really our feelings towards like kind of the last of the game?
Also, if Hyperflex runs the proper comps the right way, it's easy wins for them. Easy claps.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
if Dakin happens, then SBC win though.
And
but-
also, I
Oh.
think people are sleeping on me personally and our tank line, but you're gonna have to see because
100%, we're gonna have to see. It's gonna be an interesting game. I hope it gets streamed and such. But when it comes to the analysis and community, at least SBC is in favored for both areas. While it is a lot closer than when it comes to the 50% mile, it does seem that SBC is predicted to win over Hyperflex, and we'll just have to see that. Now, I thank everyone for watching. My name is Intel, and I hope you stay tuned for the rest of Novice Countdown and everything else.
What's happening, members of League Zero? I'm your host, Grape King, and welcome back to the Week 8 edition of the Intermediate Countdown. I'm here with a few of my guests. Say your name.
I'm Repeat. I'm a flex DPS for double cap.
I'm Kilroy. I'm a hit scan DPS for Mob Mentality.
Yo, what's up? It's QZ. I'm a DPS for Guangzhou Gangsters.
You're definitely a DPS. Don't worry.
You check the box. The Reaper's crazy.
He's a main tank player, but yes, he did play the DPS. Anyways, we do have a returning guest here with Radgar QZ, so thanks for coming back, and we do have Kilroy and Repeat as well as a first-time guest, so thank you guys for coming. The first thing we're going to look at, though, is going to be the intermediate recap. So the first game of the week we had was Guangzhou Gangster versus Capitalism. Of course, we have a Guangzhou Gangster representative here with Radgar. So Radgar, I want to ask you, this was a very dominant win. I don't think this win was not surprising at all with a 3-0. I want to ask you, how are you guys prepping for Capitalism, and did they underwhelm or surpass your expectations coming back from their previous week?
I mean, the trade to get rid of arguably one of their best players in Rawcrafts right before the game, I think, speaks for itself. I think that we were prepping for them to be a little bit harder than they were, because, they just beat Mob, which I will say Mob probably had an off day. I don't know, excuses. But, I was at least prepping for a bit more of a fighter in Capitalism, but I don't know, they just didn't perform. The team synergy wasn't there. I will say Zui finally coming back. Love that guy. He did really, really good on an off roll with Flexiboard. Don't know why he was on Flexiboard, but whatever. Somnia did fine, or Drowsy, whatever you want to call him. He did fine as well on the DPS, but other than that, there wasn't really many bright spots on Capitalism. It was kind of just a steamroll, and we didn't really, I'm not going to say we didn't try super hard, but we weren't at 100%, I don't think, obviously, because Pine wasn't there. But
Yeah.
Clork played really well, I think, arguably to the level of Pineapple as well. So, no, that's not really an excuse for if we lost a map, so. I think that they were just more or less underwhelming.
Fair point. Repeating Kilroy, why do you guys think Guangzhou Gangsters came out on top in this game?
I think Rockcraft was one of their better players. And it was just unlucky the way that the trade thing works is how Kate couldn't play in the game, so then they were, I think, at a significant disadvantage. And I think Kate's very good. But on Diva, I think Rockcraft's just better. So even going into next week, I think they're gonna have to try to stick to the Zar or Sigma comps, which puts them again at a disadvantage.
Kilroy, before you talk, I just want to ask a quick question. Why did Rawcraft swan off Capitalism? Because I know Katie was known
don't think
to be
he
a Zarya
did.
one-trick, and Rawcraft's is a very good player. I think his duo was actually one of the best at the time before he was traded. So I'm just kind of confused why they would trade such a versatile player for someone who was able only to go on DC for the first 2 weeks because he was hard-pocketed and only played one hero.
Bro, who knows? I don't know. I don't know what possessed them to get rid of Rockcrafts. Like one of the stars on their team. Like it's just insane. I think everybody in Inter was absolutely surprised that they got rid of Rockcrafts for Kate, who's like actually AFK because of school.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally what lost them the game.
Definitely.
That's it.
I came into this game thinking capitalism was going to be a force to be reckoned with. Like, they just beat a mob mentality team that was #1 and had yet to lose a game. And they come in, get completely destroyed by Guangzhou Gangs, who just seemed prepared overall. And, like, you start to think, was this because of the Rawcraft strain? I think there is a big reason for it.
Guangzhou's been a good team, and they've been a good team for a while. Cap's been that team that's been going up and down all season.
Like, they lost.
They're bipolar.
They lost to content, but then the next week they beat mob mentality.
It's
literally
like, come on.
Inter, there's no real power rankings for Inter.
Mob had their own reasons for why they lost, and I think Red Knight did a really good job of explaining why we lost. But getting rid of Rockcrafts definitely didn't help them in that game. I'm just really surprised that they got rid of Rockcrafts still.
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't even know if they would
Kilroy,
have
do you have
won
any
with
final
Kate.
statements on this game?
Capitalism will not win another game in this season, ever.
Damn.
After this game, they are not going to win another game. That's it. They're done. Dead team.
It's a GG go next. Yeah, but going on from that, the player of the match was ATZ, and the honorable mentions was Clue. So congratulations to you guys. You guys played outstanding. Going into the next week, though, we had DC versus MI6, with the closest game of the week for in DC's favor with a 3-1. We don't actually, we do have a DC representative.
Oh, yeah.
Repeat. Before I even ask about this game, do you feel like the acquisition with Navino is helping you guys have a lot of these successes and potentially bring you up to that #2 spot coming into this next week?
I think yes. Navino, a very good player. He helps a lot in the comms. I mean, Tyler, like Kenobi, try to do as much as they can, but a lot of the other players don't really talk as much constantly, and Navino really helps with that, along with him just having a good understanding of the game, and it just helps us come up with comps and like just like kind of like coaching from an inside perspective, which is nice to have.
So coming into this game, MI6 was kind of a shaky team. They've been near the bottom most of the season. So how did you guys really prepare for MI6?
There wasn't much special preparation. T-Sen, who I think is one of their better players, has been kind of gone because he like doesn't like Overwatch anymore. Their DPS line is just shaky. Oh, like Revolve or Drift or whatever you want to call him. I think he has these very niche hero picks, and when you force him off Sombra, he just doesn't do as well. So they looked decent on the Brawl comps, but as soon as they switched to the DPS comps to try to mirror our DPS comps, which is what we were trying to do going in, they just looked shaky and couldn't win with that. So yeah.
Fair. Killer and Ryga, why do you guys think DC came in on top?
I mean, I don't want to say because they're better, but I mean, like, yeah, God, it's so annoying. I'm gonna move away from DC a little bit and talk more about MI6. It's just so annoying because they have a really good DPS duo right in the palm of their hands with BX, VIG, and Sergeant Pepper, and they just like don't use it, and it's just baffling. I don't understand. Like, that DPS duo could be one of the top in the league, and for some reason it's just not working out, and I don't really understand why. Like, they should be a good team, but I don't really know what's going on internally. But, you know, maybe it's a coaching issue, like other coaches not being able to show up in time. I think all the coaches I have are really good, but, you know, splitting time and stuff like that between Mob Mentality, Mob Mentality, MI6 and other things is...
Good one.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel like in every League Zero season, there's always a trend. Like, you always see that team that always has the highest expectations, but never actually performs. Like in Season 1, it was OTW. Season 2 is probably Hyperflex here.
Yep.
Season 3, I would have to say it's MI6, to be honest. I feel like a lot of people...
Oh, no, definitely Obligation.
Yeah, I was gonna say Obligation at the start of the
Obligation.
season. Now it's kind of shifted over to
Definitely
MI6 a
Obligation,
little bit.
yeah, that's a good one right there, yeah. I wasn't being sarcastic, by the way. It was just, I don't know how it came out of my mouth, but yeah. Like, it's always like these teams that have such high expectations that never really perform. And I don't know why, but on paper you're right, guy. MI6 has such a good roster, and like you have to really put some question marks saying how the fuck did the coaching staff mess this up? Because when you have that good of players, it's like how?
I don't know.
I don't think you can solely place it on the coaching staff. I think there's other things that are involved with it, but I think solely placing it on the coaching staff is unfair.
Oh no, I'm not trying to place it on the coaching staff. I know a lot of coaches on the team, and I know how good they are. It's just, like I said before, probably splitting time and not having the coaches like there sometimes to give you advice really hurts players. So, like maybe it's just I think it might be a mental game as well for MI6.
I mean,
it's always looked like that.
Like just okay. In comparison, doesn't have coaches. We don't have coaches, and
I'm your coach.
They don't have coaches.
Yeah, we just don't have coaches. Red Knight is our coach.
I'm a coach for you guys.
The team is run by the players, and we're top. So you don't even have to have coaches to be good, or like just do things.
You just kind of have to have a brain.
Well, yeah. And
I went to a scrim like a week and a half ago. I helped for one
did
map.
you? Yeah.
Pog.
Yeah. It was
It's more than he's helped out for the entire season.
Okay, dude. No, I played 3 maps. In all fairness, I haven't been going to scrims at all for my team, but that's a different question for another day. But yeah, I just feel like DC is actually on the rise. Like, you check these standings right now, there are only 4 maps behind Guangzhou Gangsters, and if they do 3-0 this week, and if not mistaken, if Guangzhou Gangsters do lose even by 1 map, they are technically tied in the standings. So
DC aren't gonna 3-0 though.
Okay, we'll go into that later, but I actually think they could, honestly. But, yeah, so, moving on, the player of the match was Kenobi, so congratulations to you, and of course, repeat, you are here, you were the honorable mention, so congratulations to you.
I'm too good.
Going into the next week of the game, very uneventful. I had a lot of high hopes for this game, but did not turn out the way I wanted to. It was Obligation versus Content Credence, with Obligation taking the 3-0 victory. This was supposed to be the game where if Content Credence won, they would put themselves in a playoff position, potentially. However, they, of course, did not perform up to standards, and ended up getting 3-0'd in a pretty horrible fashion.
Yeah.
Pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough.
I used to be on that team. And internally, it's just yikes. Like, the head coach is not the greatest.
Throwing shade.
Yeah, I'm a third disc to Little Pants right now. Not the greatest coach. Other than that, I mean, getting rid of Bard, I think that's a step in the right direction. But they got nothing for him. And then he just immediately got dropped by Obligation. But yeah.
I mean, repeat, you were on, of course,
yeah.
Team, and I want to ask you. Penguin, of course, came in as a manager with very low expectations, considering he was kind of like a meme quotation marks there with the YouTuber. Did he make any strides to help the team as a leader, or any sort of?
I mean, I don't know. He's a good guy, but he didn't really do a lot. Fangus was doing a lot of like the in scrim stuff. He kind of just show up to like the first hour of scrims and leave. He didn't really, I don't know. He didn't really try to get any coaches either. In general, Vantage situation again kind of hurt because then Bard had to play, and Bard's not that good.
Also, you played main tank, if I'm not mistaken, for 1 game.
Oh, I had to play main tank.
I remember
for a
that,
game.
man.
Repeat main tank.
It was not fun.
Yeah,
I was talking about that on Week 1 Countdown. I was fucking dying.
That was just an unlucky game.
Yeah.
It was against us, you know.
I took a map off.
Yeah, you did. And then your DPS stopped doing things, so I didn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could talk more about this game. I don't think it's really necessary. I think Obligation wasn't even better. Yeah. I just thought it was more Content Credence being worse. Like, Obligations, of course, has improved a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna say,
good.
When they
Obligation, since they picked up Alizu, or however you pronounce that, they've just been winning. And I think getting rid of Dom, not getting rid of Dom benched himself because of internet problems is what he told me. But whatever it was, like comms or just main tank difference between Alizu and Dom, they've just been winning, and I think that's a step in like the right direction.
I have a counter argument. The only teams they beat are the last 3 place teams. MI6, Content Credence, and the bench. Okay,
it's wins though.
At least
they're winning.
I was like, so remember came in my DM, started shit talking me, saying you always talk down about Obligation. I'm like, beat a team above you, and I'll actually respect you. Like, they've beaten Bench, they've beaten Content, they've beaten MI6, and all 3 of those wins, if I'm not mistaken, have been 3-0s. They have yet to win a series where they've lost a map.
Uh-oh.
Like,
that's tough.
Take that in. They're literally like Atlanta Reign.
Well,
Like,
I actually have high hopes for Obligation. Just like their DPS, they don't have bad DPS. They
Yeah,
don't
their
have bad
DPS,
supports
respect
either. Their tank line is also pretty strong. I mean, if they get their shit together, they might be able to like be more than, I guess they used to be a gatekeeper team. They might still be a gatekeeper team, but
that's
they
fair.
can be better.
I mean, with Double Shield coming back into the meta, if they just like play around their snipers correctly, they could definitely be a team coming in. I'm so mad Double Shield's back in meta, man. It's actually cringe.
Yeah, well,
it's so
live and you learn.
cringe. It's so cringe.
I'm just gonna
it's
say something.
yeah. What's up, bro?
Watch out for Obligation, because I feel like they are the sleeper team coming into playoffs. But because like even though they've played like the worst teams, you can tell a complete difference in play style when Alizu or whatever their name is in. It just Domination was a really, really, really good mechanically gifted main tank. It just, the team didn't follow up on his aggression that much, and it really hurt them. But Alizu plays more with the team and puts the team before him, so it works way better in their environment. So it kind of just works out for them a lot more. And with that kind of main tank, that lets their DPS shine more, I feel like this team could be really scary coming in. So don't count them out. They might be the gatekeeper team, but they're still pretty good. Like looking at the
Obligation's been all over the place. They've been overhyped, and they were like kind of bottom barrel garbage for a little while. And imagine they become the comeback kids and like
maybe I'm
roll
overhyping them.
playoffs.
I don't know, but just watch them. I feel like they're the sleeper team.
Yeah.
They have potential.
Going back to what you said about Domination, I feel like he's a very gifted Reinhardt player. But I think
100%.
Ryan was, there wasn't really a place for Ryan in this meta. Like, there were, of course, a few maps where you could run him, and there also was a change in the meta where Ryan was stronger than Winston at one point. But now that the meta's kind of shifted towards more Hog Sig or Orisa Sigma, I definitely do favor the new acquisitions they made, because it's going to be more heavily reliant on DPS and support rate rather than tank play. And I feel like if Obligation does continue to play around how they're playing right now, they could definitely be a dark horse, as you said, Ryan.
Yeah.
But yeah, going on from that though, the player of the match was Alizu. I don't know how to pronounce it. And the honorable mention was Pichu. Congratulations to them. They did play outstanding though. So yeah.
Tank diff.
Okay.
Going on to the last game of the week, we barely have to talk about this. Mob Mentality 3-0. Kilroy, you have 30 seconds to talk about this game.
I refuse to. Dude, there's literally nothing to talk about this game.
Was there any hope on like the bench side? Like, was there any like? Did they even win a team fight? Like,
I don't want to be toxic, but absolutely zero hope for bench. I'm
like
sorry.
how many team fights did they win? Like, did they win like?
Who knows?
More than
I don't
5?
think anybody's gonna put the time and effort to go back and look, because people care that much.
Would it be more than 5?
I don't think it was a speedrun though.
No, it wasn't a speed run by any state, but I mean, like, it wasn't close.
I'm calling it. They're beating content.
I mean, much love to bench. I would love to see bench come back and win games.
They can't make playoffs.
Win games,
Yeah,
more
dude,
like win
their last
game.
Yeah, win their next game is pretty much already.
I'll talk about this later on. Okay, go on.
I do want to say one thing about bench. And y'all need to stop underrating Empty Grin on their team, because he's not that bad of a hit skin. And every single tier list I've seen, they make a specific tier in it.
Yeah.
Under everyone.
Oh
And
my
it's
god.
so sad. Like he's a pretty good hit scan. He's not bad. So I don't know. It's just weird to see that everyone's dissing him when there's clearly worse players on bench than him.
I'm not a fan of seeing that kind of stuff, because it's just, I feel bad for people, because imagine you're in their position, right? They're probably trying their best. There's no way they're like throwing.
It's definitely gone in their heads now, though. Like they.
100% probably. They've won one map in the entire season.
Alright. I don't think we need to talk about this anymore.
I just want to say, I'm gonna say this right now. I could probably find a 6-stack solo queue in Kipuk play, and they probably could win more maps than the bench. I'm not even trolling,
Oh my
okay?
god, I feel so bad for the bench.
At
dude.
least a 6-stack solo queue runs some like absurd, stupid thing that will really catch one team off guard. Like, think about it. If one team runs out on like the weirdest shit, it's gonna surprise one team, okay? Like, it doesn't do so.
I mean, this is kind of what you get when you build an entire team out of rookies and Humegalos. I'm just saying.
That's fair. But yeah, this is enough about this game. Part of the match was Julha. Honor mentions were Phone and Kilroy. Congratulations, Kilroy.
Oh, Pog.
But yeah, now we're gonna go into the predictions for this week. The first game of the week we have is Capitalism versus MI6. All of us have MI6 winning, but I have Kappa winning, and I kind of want to change my prediction to MI6, but I'm gonna stay with Kappa.
You should.
So I want to ask you guys, why do you guys think MI6 has the edge in this game?
Can I go first?
Always.
Go for it.
With the Shadow Dive coming out of the meta a little bit more each week MI6 get a little weaker. Because again, I don't know why they're not playing the DPS they got from Guangzhou, right? What's his name, Ray?
BXVAG.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not playing him, because he's better than Revolve or Drift on anything other than Sombra. And just Revolve trying to play he was trying to play like Soldier in a game, and it just did not work. I think if they try to run DPS comps, they lose. They have to try to force the brawl thing to win. But I think if they can win with that, and I think they're very strong on that comp.
Fair. Kilroy and Ryga.
Alright. Well, I think this is the week. I think this is the week where BX plays. I think finally it's come down to this. Maybe they're saving him as like a secret weapon for playoffs. I don't know. But this has to be the week where he plays, and I don't think that Capitalism, with the players that they've lost and also the players that they've gained, can even kind of compete with any top teams anymore. I think they're done. No offense to anyone who's on Capitalism, but it's not looking good. It's not looking
True.
good. So I think MI6 can take this one. I know they're just kind of better in every single way.
I feel oh, sorry, you go on.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say in my opinion, the only thing that could save Capitalism in this situation would be Gamester and Zytho. I'm being 100% honest. Gamester, I'm gonna put the sole reason that Capitalism beat Mob Mentality back whenever had a lot to do with Gamester. Gamester is insane. People underestimate Gamester. I'm just gonna say it. He kind of clapped my ass on Sombra. Zytho's nuts. Zytho never got to play, but Zytho's actually insane. Their DPS are loaded, but it's kind of a tank diff. Not gonna lie.
That's fair. This game is actually not that important because regardless of what it actually, how does the playoff system work again?
It's top 4 teams, right?
It was a top 4 that play in the first round, then the 1 and 2 seeds play in the second round.
No, I think it's a first seed gets to pick their opponent, and then I think the bottom 2 don't make it.
The bottom, so yeah, it's only the top 6 that make it. Yeah, so
out.
it's the top 6 that make it. The bottom 4 and the top 6 that make it play first round. Then the top, I see. I got you. So yeah, this game regardless of what it turns out, it's gonna be double cap obligation Capitalism MI6. Actually, it may not be double cap, but regardless, Capitalism MI6 will either face obligation. So this game, in the grand scheme of things, this game won't play that much of an issue. I think going on to what Ryguy said, they may be saving their star DPS player for playoffs only. So I don't think we shouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get played. But from what I've heard, yeah, I think I'm going to change my prediction to MI6 here.
MI6 wins. Will they 3-0?
No.
Maybe, but they definitely win. But 3-0 is kind of a question mark.
That's fair. This is also a good comment on what you said. This is the first game that's ever had a 50-50 split in terms of analyst predictions, if I'm not mistaken. And the community only has MI6 winning by only 2% more.
People think Cap's gonna win games.
I mean, man, just gotta respect their decision, man. I don't know what else to say.
Unlucky.
But yeah, I think that's enough for that game right there. Going to the next week's game, we have DC versus Obligation. We all believe DC will win. However, Kilroy, you have them winning in a 3-2 fashion. Repeat, of course, you are going to be in this game. You are going up against a strong Obligation team coming off, I think, 2 straight wins in a row. So how are you guys going to be preparing for Obligation?
I mean, we are also coming off 2 wins, I believe. Yeah.
Probably.
Yes. Right? Are we?
Let me just...
No.
You be content and
you we are. And I think we just what do I want to say here? I think we're a better team in general. I I think I can hold my own against like Sloth, and Matson can definitely hold his own against Squirrelben. Squirrelben is good though. Our tanks are just better. I think along with some of the comps we've been trying out and having success with, we can also throw them for a curveball. Navino has been helping us with some innovative comps, I should say. So I think we just win that easy.
So I want to ask, are you guys? I know Tyler's a menace on the Reinhardt, but are you guys going to be staying with those Rhein comps, or are we going to see more of a meta change this week?
You know, you might see some meta, you might not see some meta. Again, I don't think there really is a defined meta right now in this current state of the game. With teams running like in scrims, I've seen teams run brawl, double shield, dive, and we have comps in each of those. Like we can run each of those comps successfully. So I think we have. And Tyler does great in every one of those. So I think we win with those.
Fair. I want to ask you, Killer, why do you think it's going to be such a close game between these two opponents?
Dude, I think it's gonna come down to like, because it's on Busan, both teams got a map. It's going into 99 to 99 OT. That's how close this game's gonna be. It's gonna be really, really close. Matson's nuts. Sloth's kind of good. Like, people put a lot of stock into Sloth. I personally don't. Scrollben's nuts. The tanks are pretty evenly matched. The supports, I'll give it to Baby T. He's pretty good. But like, this game is just evenly matched in my opinion. Like, it's just gonna be really, really close. I think DC's still gonna pull it through though.
Right, guy, you have anything to say?
I mean, DC's kind of just been looking better. Like they've just been having a more steady improvement, at least since their losses to like Momentality and Guangzhou and stuff like that. So I don't know. Just the meta kind of shifting, I think, might throw like Obligation for a bit of a loop, because at least it looks like they're slow to adapt to metas. I don't know, but I'll give them a pity map, but I don't think they're going to take this.
This game is actually very important for Double Cap. Like, if they get a 3-0 victory, which I think they can if they come into this game very confident, they have a plus in map differential. Guangzhou Gangsters lose if they lose their game, even by one map, they tie with them. And that could potentially bring them into a tiebreaker map. So, if Double Cap does come out with a 3-0 here, things could change up drastically, because I understand if Guangzhou Gangs, I'm pretty sure from your perspective, right, guy, you would want that number 2 spot so you can get that round bye. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter because we're gonna like get to finals and lose regardless. But
all right, you heard it here first, folks. But yeah, I'm surprised the analysts have a 50-50 here again, but the majority again has a 74%. But yeah, I think this is just be DC all the way. Going on to the next week's game, let's just. I don't know why we're talking about this.
Okay, so the game after that.
Yeah. Okay, no, we'll talk about
No, I have something to say about
versus content. Two of us didn't even bother putting a prediction, so I'm not nor Kilroy. However, Repeat and Ragai, you guys both think the bench is gonna win.
All their good players are just suspended. Like, other than like Kish or not Kish, Steady State, like CC got their main tank suspended. Kishot's out again. Their good Widow player. Like, I don't know what they do here. I'm gonna be honest. I don't see how they win this. You're gonna have to play double off tank in their tank line, and they just lose.
It's like voting for Rio last season, right?
Yeah.
Get just like maybe they'll get one, but at least I have faith in this team.
I really don't want bench to win a map. I really don't want. They will
just get 3-0'd again.
If they get 3-0, they will go down as just. You think about the worst teams in League Zero's history. Okay, you think about the worst. You had Rio. Okay, Rio at least like took Wisdom to a map 5. I think they went to 3 map 5s last season. Okay,
yeah,
you look before that. You had Platchat who only won 1 game, but they ended up winning the whole thing. This team is
Platchat's a whole different beast.
Yeah, this 1 map victory, man, that takes some skill. Okay, you somehow have to fuck up so badly to get only 1 map victory.
Now think about this. If they 3-0, they would have only won 4 maps the entire season. If they 3-0.
Okay. This game, nobody wins. Okay, this is just a competition for this is just a competition for first place loser. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, like this game actually means nothing. It just proves who's worse.
Only one thing though is
It's
that
like Washington Justice for Florida.
the-
Take one.
I'm just gonna say Steady State absolutely got screwed over by his team.
I
Oh, he's
agree.
so-
Insane
Yeah.
player, garbage team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's just
Steady
how it
deserves so
is.
much more than
Yeah,
Yeah,
content.
he deserves so much better than what
Yeah.
content
I
gave
really
him.
feel bad for Bench because I remember I had Panera Panini week 1 come on my show and he was like, you know what, we're gonna keep trying harder and harder and eventually we'll get that win. Still waiting for
This
that
is the
win.
week, dude.
From what I
I'm
hear, they still got good mental though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we don't need to talk more about this game.
Yeah, let's just move on. I'm surprised. Wait. Oh my god. Never mind. Anyways,
I
going
think
to-
Bench wins 3-1 by the way.
Going on to last week's game, okay? This is the game. This is the game that will predict everything, okay?
The big one.
This is
Go from the stupidest game to the most important.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
go.
Mob Mentality versus Guangzhou Gangster. Beast versus the Beast. Titans versus Shock. Fucking Philly versus Spitfire. Whatever you want to call this game, boys.
No, okay, we don't do Philly versus Spitfire.
Old rivalry there, man. Who cares? Anyways, we have 2 representatives. We have one from Guangzhou, one from Mob Mentality. I'm first gonna go to Rai Guy. Rai Guy, you are coming in. You are coming in from going on a hot streak, not losing games since you guys faced Mob Mentality. How are you guys?
Since we faced MI6.
You guys. You
We
guys
lost to MI6.
No, no, you lost to Mob Mentality.
When? We haven't played
Oh,
them
I'm
yet.
so dumb.
Yeah.
It's not my set. I don't know why.
I was about to say, wait a second.
Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about DC. Anyways, you guys have been on hot streak since you guys lost to MI6. Like, how are you guys preparing for this game? And like, what are you guys expecting to come out? What results?
No leaks, but like a lot of different strategies, a lot of just hard work and sweat and tears, like blood, sweat, and tears going into this game. Just scrim after scrim after scrim of just absolute tomfoolery. I'll put it that way of these compositions that we're trying to create. But you know, I'm still really confident that we're gonna win this game. Like, you know. Obviously, beating the man, the myth, the legend himself, True Donger, is going to be a bit difficult. But you know, well, I think we can pull it through. Like, I have the utmost confidence in our team that we're going to be able to pull this game. I'm not threatened by Mob. I know almost everyone on that team. I know that it's going to be stressful for both of us, but I'm not worried. I think we'll be fine.
Let V play.
Going on to Kilroy though. You guys came off a lot of capitalism, bounced back the week after against the Bench. How are you guys going to be paying for a super strong Guangzhou Gangsters team?
I'm just gonna play the no leaks card again as well.
Alright, damn. So
We
intense.
put a lot of hard work in because we do realize that this is like the most intense game that we're playing in the season. Honestly, I think it just comes down to support and DPS diff. Honestly,
DPS diff. Oh,
we got True and Quirt on the support line, which is actually nuts. And then me and Phone kind of just roll. Like, yeah, Red's gonna be out, and he's been saying this. Like, he's gonna be gone for this game. We're putting Silent in, and I have 100% confidence in Silent. He's put the grind in. He knows exactly what he's doing. But where we might be lacking in the tank line, the DPS and supports are gonna come through 100%.
That's fair, that's fair. Repeat, I want to ask you though, why do you have Mob Mentality coming out on top?
Phone diff. That's like it's really just a DPS diff in my opinion. ATZ's good, but like he's good when you put him on his comfort picks, but when you force him onto like anything else, he just doesn't look as strong. And like the entire season, I feel like Guangzhou have kind of had to carry the tank line, especially has had to carry the rest of the team, especially the DPS line. Because when I think of Guangzhou's DPS, I don't really think of anything special. Red Knight will be gone, but I think Silent can like do enough that they still win with just Phone and Kilroy doing enough.
That's fair, that's fair.
I need this match, right? This is the novice MTD finals rematch. Do you know that? I need this match. I need it bad.
But yeah,
So I'm putting it all out there, man. Silent, you better be ready. I'm coming for you.
yeah, I think this is definitely gonna be the game of the week. The analysts and community both have it being extremely close, so I'm really hyped for this game.
This better be on the main Twitch channel.
No, it's actually gonna be recorded and posted later.
Yeah, yes.
Anyways, does anyone have any final statements about this game or just the week in general?
Team diff. That's all I can say.
Awesome. Great to hear.
I've said my piece.
Like, looking back on the games that we just had, kind of a boring week.
It was,
yeah.
Pretty much.
It's really boring.
But yeah,
And then this week is going to be crazy. The calm before the storm.
the week was quite boring, if you ask me. But I think we can wrap it up then. Thank you guys all for watching this week's edition of the Intermediate Count. If you did enjoy, please like and subscribe. And remember to watch in next week for the playoff edition of the Countdown. Thank you guys all for watching, and see you next week. See you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Countdown. This is week 8. We just had 4 actually really good games in the past week. I'm here today with Aspect, Giz, and Aqua. So we'll just go ahead and get started with the recap. The first game was Tokyo Drifters against Powerhouse. Tokyo Drifters actually won this 3-2. The player of the match was Pete. Obviously that was a game that scoreline was not very, I guess, anticipated by a lot of people, but you know, I mean, playing in it, Powerhouse looked very good. It really does seem like they've put together the pieces, and maybe they can make the playoffs. You know, they could knock out OC. Could get, if OC gets 3-0 next week and Powerhouse wins, I believe they do make it over them. But I will say, I'm not really gonna take too much time on this. I will say Aqua looked really good on ball. He's here today. Gast was carrying them a lot of fights. He gave Tokyo, I know, a lot of headaches, and you know, they just looked a lot better. Like, this is the best they've been all season.
Just a thing, that game was all about adaptations, like, to me. Like, map, like, 1, we fucking just knew how to beat your double shield, and then you adapted your double shield to be a lot better, and then we just came back. Then you guys just eventually out-adapted, and we couldn't catch up.
I don't know, what I feel like I saw is, they really only won maps where double shield works better than the ball dive comp with double sniper. And you get, like, and every map kind of seemed one-sided in its own right, like, outside of, I guess, the first map, I believe that was Nepal, where it was like 2-1. Like, every map it was either like Hanamura, you guys got full held and then capped pretty quickly, but then you go over to Hollywood where you guys held them like midway through second point and you guys capped with time. Like, I don't feel like Tokyo really knows how to play the ball comps extremely well, and at the very least they're not comfortable on them yet because you guys seem to avoid ball like the plague.
Yeah.
I'd like to say the DSI syrup flex support, go crazy.
It does.
Honestly,
he's
pretty
goated.
wild.
I love that dude's such a homie. I love that guy. Anyways,
DSI syrup is quite the man.
Yeah, I will say, Tokyo. I'm not sure. I have been kind of missing a good amount of the scrims recently, not because I'm trying to dodge or anything, but I haven't seen ball been pulled out very much. They seem, actually, I won't say that. That's a leak. So, but you know, we haven't been practicing ball comps from what I have seen so far. I'm not sure whether it's because Apple just doesn't like playing ball or isn't good at ball, but you know, it's just like ball comps aren't our thing.
I cannot blame him. Ball is a weird character. He is not built like any other tank.
Yeah.
Huh? Ball easy.
I love throwing on ball and plat. Great.
Aqua is our
Fun
ball
times.
one trick of the day.
Shut up.
I mean, I guess it worked for Powerhouse, right?
I mean-
Imagine being a one trick.
I mean,
So
playing to
cringe.
your strengths instead of trying to play to the meta is actually not a bad idea, especially when this is honestly not even like a GM league right now. So, well, it isn't in general, but like, it's like what, like low masters basically. So you can get away with running some really funky stuff. I know one team did that this week, and they actually won because of it.
Vertigo?
Yeah, Vertigo. We'll talk about them later.
Vertigo.
One thing that I do want to mention is, like, ball was actually ran contenders, so it could be, like, one of the metas. Like, kind of like how there's double shield, then you also have ball as like a different kind of meta, and I feel like Powerhouse is hoarding all the ball one tricks with the grape and Altaka.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Timbo.
Everyone
not
leaves.
half bad at
Yeah, no, like everybody else loses. Powerhouse, they win. They've got 2 ball one tricks.
True.
Exactly.
Run double ball, no limits.
Yeah,
Let's go.
this meta is really weird. A lot of people don't really talk about the support matchups. Like, you can run, like Break Zen, Break Mercy, or not Break Mercy, Zen Mercy.
I think Ana's the worst support right now.
Yeah,
which
Ana
is really weird
actually
to say.
probably the worst support.
Honestly,
Or maybe.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like this. I feel like it makes support feel like more of a skill matchup again, kind of like back how it was during Dive, where where Zen requires mechanical skill, and Moira requires the ability to tap your fucking mass.
And I mean, even Brig Bap right now is a lot more harder before because you have to play. Like your Brig has to be on top of their fucking game to like counter the echoes and more divey ball comps.
Yeah.
I think the DPS cast is also really open right now. You can sort of just run whatever as long as it follows like a general guideline of kill thing DPS and I don't know, do thing DPS.
I mean, when you're able to force a double sniper on half the maps.
That's true. It really is flexible. I could not name the quote-unquote best DPS lineup right now in my head. 'Cause there's too many variables in my head.
I mean, we'll get to it later, but Bobbert Shawarma, like, that guy kind of goes crazy.
He does.
Goated name.
Yeah, he's been well, we'll talk about that later, actually. But our next game is Epizeuxis against Hangzhou Bark, one of our 2 3-0s for this week. Epizeuxis won, well, 3-0. The player of the match was Kiefer, and the honorable mention was Kernmaster. Now, I mean, I don't really have much to say on this one. Epizeuxis just came in as the better team, and I think they kind of showed that. Even though standings-wise, Hangzhou was second, this was honestly, in my opinion, probably their first challenge of the year, and they kind of didn't prove themselves enough, in my opinion. I don't like tearing them down like that, but more or less, Epizeuxis just kind of diffed them on everything. Epizeuxis is actually really deep and well-rounded roster. Honestly, they have a lot of diversity, I guess, in their players' hero pools. I guess like I would say probably like the least diverse player is No You, but he can honestly play most main tanks. I don't know if he can play ball or not. I'm not 100% on that, but either way, Epizeuxis.
No You, right?
Yeah. Did they play No You?
No, you can play anything.
I saw that.
I haven't seen him play ball before, so.
Michigan Moya is 3rd point. Kings Row.
But
Okay.
either way, this game, Epizeuxis basically has cemented themselves as the 2nd best team. And actually, with Hangzhou losing this game, Tokyo Drifters has secured the 1 seed. So, 2 seeds still up for grabs though, so it'll definitely be interesting this week. Obviously, Plat Chat needs Hangzhou and Epizeuxis to lose, and Epizeuxis needs to win, or Hangzhou needs Epizeuxis to lose and them to win. So those are our actually, I don't think Kingdom Come can get it just due to map differential, but those 3 are definitely gonna be shooting for it this week.
Yeah.
I mean, Hangzhou just looked lost.
Yeah.
Their tanks were especially gorgeous.
That's what I was gonna say. One thing that I saw is like throughout that game, you saw like the only map that I think Hangzhou is really like competitive on was Ling, where you don't have to run double shield or ball. And outside of that, they're still running Sigma Hog and kind of just getting bodied. Then Smile tried to do the ball on Volskaya, and it just did not work out. I believe they got full held, and to say the least, like it was mentioned in the one of the casters, I think it was Acri, said that Smile's ball just is not up to par for the league yet. So he may have to work on that if Hangzhou wants to stand a chance in this current meta, or they're going to have to learn how to do the double shield better.
Smile plays on 300 ping, which is why he's sort of I know he's not, as somebody who's been on Hangzhou Bark, I know he's not very comfortable playing on any other heroes other than Monkey because of just the bad ping. Or he doesn't like to, at least, which is just unlucky. But I'm going to be honest, I tuned into 10 seconds of this, saw the score was 2-0, and they were running fair, and I clicked off, to be honest.
Aspect, this is kind of like going back to way before, but when they played Kingdom Come, is that why Smile didn't play?
Smile didn't play because he didn't show up to scrims that week.
Okay.
And we had Acid Ring twice, and we were
Yeah.
like, you know what, let's just run Acid.
Yeah, okay, because I was kind of confused on why you guys started Acid as the main tank back then, and not Smile, even though he's like your main tank player. But
Smile just didn't show up.
To be fair, the Acid main tank does go kind of brazy.
The Acid main tank go crazy.
Did he actually made me feel like I was on acid with just how crazy that main tank was?
True.
Ooh.
I was seeing different colors. It was scary.
But I will say this: Hangzhou, oh shit! I closed my thing. Oh no! Wait, hang on. It had nothing to do with that. I just accidentally closed it. But
Acri, cut the VOD.
Acri, cut it. Okay, but they did just lose this guy though. I know they've been playing iMustache on off tank, but either way, losing that depth on off tank, especially when that's his main role. I'm pretty sure iMustache's actual main role is flex support, but they've been playing him on off tank. He seems fine on it.
iMustache is a higher SR on tank than he
is. He really?
Support.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Wait, I'm a little confused here. They played Batman the entirety of last week, which is Copy Dog.
Yeah,
so,
they played Copy, but I'm just saying they had iMustache the week before,
prior to Copy,
I believe.
Yeah.
But Copy Dog this week. So I mean, I guess losing that depth, like the versus, I mean having like multiple off tank players is just better because I'm assuming each of them have a hero they're really good at, but you know, obviously losing him isn't too great for them, but I feel like they'll be fine. Copy is, after all, really talented.
On the Sigma.
Yeah,
especially in the Lux game.
On the Sigma, I think this meta is fine for him. You know, it's always tough losing a player. That's kind of what I'm going to. But they need to. They're gonna need to fight hard pretty this week, especially since they're playing Tokyo. So yeah, but that's all I gotta say.
Hangzhou Bark, when I was on it, I'm gonna be honest, and honestly just being around and like streaming against them a couple times on different teams, they have the most scuffed scrims ever. Kinda crazy. I do want to say that.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, we spent like this entire game, or this entire I guess talking about this game, only talking about Hangzhou. Like, Epi Chem was kinda looking scary out there.
Yeah, Chem is always scary. That's not a new thing.
Debatable, not always, but like he was kinda. I'm kidding. He's good.
Yeah,
Epi just were clean.
Yeah, Epi, as I said, very deep team. They can basically pull off any comp, in my opinion. They have enough people on the roster to play any hero in any comp, and that's always a scary thing to have.
They also picked up Soundwave recently. I think like a week ago. They
No, that was
Soundwave.
OC.
Oh,
they
traded
him. They traded him.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Him and Blossom. I don't know why they traded Blossom. Blossom was goated.
Yeah, I forgot. They did make 2 trades, and I forgot who exactly. But I believe they weren't allowed to play. They picked up Frozen, I want to say, and Gundam, I believe.
So they traded Cough Drop for Ravioli, and then they traded Blossom and Soundwave for. I think that's
Vinny and Omega Scissor. So they acquired Vinny, Omega Scissor, Gundam, and Frozen. Which, you know, they're all really good players. I think they'll contribute well when they play. I know Blossom was kind of AFK for them, from what I've heard at least. Same with Cough Drop. And I'm not sure what the deal with Rav was, but he was, I'm pretty sure, pretty consistent. But, you know, either way, I mean, those trades for them weren't bad. I thought they were good for OC. I think OC actually acquired a good amount of talent. they're basically making wait what again, but
It's Icarus, man.
you know.
Wait, who's overcharged other DPS? And they're off tank.
Central, I
Kiefer.
believe.
Oh,
Central Ice.
Oh, wait, you said overcharged, not Epi. My bad.
Yeah, overcharged. So it's Central, and then wait, who's their off tank?
Central Ice. They have Zach.
Yes, Akatar.
Yeah.
He's pretty.
That overcharge team sounds really good.
Yeah, Ryu.
It sounds good, but they've never performed.
Exactly.
So.
But
maybe they don't scrim enough, or maybe the players don't work well together. Because I could I have experience playing with the Zakatar from Horizon League, and I mean we're on Scav Pro, which didn't exactly turn out the best. But like playing with that guy, he was definitely our hard carry. If I were to say that we had one.
Zakatar has always been a hard
yeah,
carry.
no, he's disgusting at off tank. Like it's.
But
go
Can I kind of move on to
yeah.
game?
Well, I think we need to move on.
I mean, I have one more thing to say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Well, if they're trying to rebuild the way to what, they are missing Ryu. Free Ryu. He is dead. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that he could get picked up.
A moment of silence for our fallen soldier.
Yeah, I believe our transfers, trades, and free agent pickups are actually over.
Oh, okay.
So these rosters are locked. So we'll see. These are fun. These are fun rosters for sure. But our next game was Kingdom Come against Overcharged, our second 3-0 game. Kingdom Come winning, actually 3-0. I believe. Hang on, I'd have to check. But that was from what I saw. Sorry, I sound stupid. Kingdom Come basically outperformed Overcharged on every comp. Basically, I kind of skimmed over it a little bit, but from what I saw on Lijiang, Overcharged was trying to run double shield, I believe. Kingdom Come running dive-ish, like I know Ant was on ball, and they outperformed them. When Kingdom Come would mirror the double shield, they would beat Overcharged. In my opinion, Overcharged really doesn't have an Orisa player. I believe they should probably try and stick to dive, since Luxie and Romy both are more known for their prowess on Reinhardt instead of Orisa. I know last League Zero season there wasn't much double shield, if I recall correctly. So we really never got to see their Orisa, so I'm not completely sure if they have much experience on it. I know Luxie was in Horizon League, but not for very long. I forgot to actually go over Play of the Match. Player of the Match was Raging Cool. Honorable mention was JCK. But I will say, Kingdom Come, their new pickups look good. Reborn, starting like a couple days after he got picked up, I'm assuming he'd been scrimming with them previously. He looked good. JCK.
Twice. Sorry to cut you off.
Well,
he scrimmed like twice when I was on the team still. But yeah, you go on.
Was JCK the? I get him mixed up. Was Speedy Men's the off tank or the main support? I don't want
Speedy is a main support.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure before I say anything wrong. JCK looked good on the off tank. Speedy Men's looked really, really good actually. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised they managed to pull together. Well, I believe they picked all of them up a week or so. Most of them were picked up about a week before the game, so not a lot of scrim time for like almost half of their starters, and they still 3-0 Overcharged, who on paper is a much more talented team. Yeah.
Casey looks a lot better this week than any week before her.
Casey, if they, I believe they actually did secure playoffs.
They did.
If I'm playing them in the first round, they're one of the teams I'm afraid of most. Right now, their tanks run this meta very, very well. Ant and JCK. And
not to get into scrimbucks a ton, but they look like, even in like the warm-ups, which we had them, they look so much better this week. Like we kind of butt fucked them last week, but this week it was like a super close matchup where we were both just barely winning fights against each other.
Yeah, Kingdom Come very scary looking coming into playoffs, and that's if you're a playoff team, you don't want to be one of those teams to have to play into someone who's on a really, really good momentum coming into playoffs. I said playoffs like 5 times that sentence, but it works.
I think Ant and then is competing for probably the best main tank right now, like for this specific meta period, because he has a super solid both Orisa and Ball.
Yeah.
Kind of him and Noyu for the overall spot. I think some other people can compete for one of those heroes, but not both of them together.
One thing that I can't say from being on the team until like literally the day of the game last week, like Speedy has we tried to get him onto the team I think a month ago because he was a coach for Scav Pro, so Triggered wanted to pick him up that way. And he's a 38 player. He's the reason that we didn't pick him up before is because he was ineligible until staff gave him to Triggered, basically bullying him. And yeah, he's a really good player, and he's got no offense to Slimble. Slimble's a great player, and I feel like Slimble's more consistent with the ult tracking, but Speedy understands positioning and how to play Lucio better. And different supports as well. Slimble is more of a Lucio player. He can't really play as many other main supports. And then JCK is British, so clearly he's just absolutely filthy at the game. He's playing on 250 ping, and he's still I think that he's one of the best off tanks in advanced right now. And he's...
I think Speedy might be the best Brig.
Yeah, Speedy's Brig.
Debatable.
Yeah, you know what? RMM Brig, go wild.
No, we all know Platinum Bow is in fact a Brig 1 trick.
That is true. I mean, Ono Potato, I think he coaches a team or something like that, so... I don't know, that could be kind of intimidating. And then there's also Reborn, who was practicing for the entirety of the week with the team, then he got picked up midway through the week, and he I think that he has natural synergy with Raging from Horizon League or something like that.
No.
Raging
Cool was never on Chimp Club.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. Reborn, he knew somebody on the team that got him onto the team, and he kind of just he knew it was up already.
I'm trying to think.
Raging Cool strengths.
I don't believe actually anyone on Kingdom Come actually played with Reborn in Horizon League.
Well, did anyone play with Reborn? He was kind of benched.
No, actually, in Horizon League, Reborn did start 3 or 4 games, I believe, about midway through the season. But when we went from that transition from draft to getting Zappy, but I'm not going to talk about Horizon League when we're supposed to be talking about it. As much as I love talking about Chimp Club, I will not be doing that.
Chimp Club, woo.
Okay, but what about Chimp Club Academy going wild?
Oh, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Hey, let's stay on track. Let's stay on track here. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
As somebody who's currently on the team, I have not shown up to scrims since I got traded to the team. So I have no idea what's going on. Trigger's doing weird things.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, as you said, Speedy. In my opinion, is just a better main support player than Slimble. Not to knock on Slimble, but Speedy is looked really good.
Yeah.
He obviously, I think Slimble is, as you said, more of a Lucio player. But I mean I'm actually, I don't know if I'm gonna say that since I don't know if it's accurate or not. But Speedy probably has more experience, I guess, playing.
Listen.
I know Slimble is just newer to the game in general.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is his first
He played on
Sword. This is one of his first team experiences.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Speedy has more just experience in team environments and just playing these different metas in general. If Slimble is newer to this, I'm not 100% sure if he played double shield with the break and the past metas for the past year or so. So he might not.
He did.
Oh, did
just
he?
on a barely guy. He did on a gold team or
okay,
maybe plat.
Okay, well.
All right, listen. I've got one more thing to say.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So I think honestly that this team is simply just an EU diff.
Honestly,
a bruv diff, if you will.
Bruv diff.
Yeah, you know what, guys? You heard it here first. If you guys want to beat Kingdom Come, you're gonna have to pull a Boston Tea Party.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh
Rude.
no. Alright. But yeah, our last game, actually, in my opinion, the most fun results of the week. Vertigo
Wow,
actually
toxic.
winning against
Let's go,
Black Chat.
Vertigo.
Let's go,
Let's
Vertigo.
go.
Let's get a Skype clap for them. But
Yeah.
Vertigo winning their game 3-1 against Black Chat. Bobby Shawarma is the player of the match, and Cannon is the honorable mention. Cannon deadlifted a little bit. Bobby Shawarma looked phenomenal. In my opinion, this was his best performance of the season. This is the best performance of Vertigo overall in the season. I think the meta shift was very, very, very big for them. I know they actually played some weird, funky-ass comps on Kings Row specifically. I believe they ran Hanzo Symmetra on attack, which
Let's go.
kind of
So
made
what
me intrigued.
So what they initially did is they did the Bastion strat for like 2 points, where you like TP the Bastion
Yeah,
onto
AC
the
130.
statue. Yeah.
Steelers.
And
Thief.
after that they like they ran that until like the 3rd point, then it stopped working on the 3rd point, and they changed it up to Alonzo strat.
Or wait.
Not gonna lie, they kind of Bastion one
I think I got it.
kidding.
I think I got it wrong. Kings Row attack was actually Symmetra Junkrat. My bad.
From what I heard,
Something like that.
they just got super hard tilted.
Yeah, I can confirm that from
very
being
angry.
in comms. Yeah, like I
watched
didn't
the
play
one
the
map.
game.
And
like-
Black Chat looked lost. That's really all I have to say.
Yeah. So what happened is like I couldn't really play in the game because I got traded that day.
Yeah.
And there's a 24-hour rule on trades for who's allowed to play, and like literally all I could do is just like tell them to like go get some water, take some deep breaths, and try to calm down. And then they did that and they won that next
MHC.
map. But then after that they just started getting like frazzled over the fact that that Vertigo is just running weird comps that they didn't know how to counter yet. But
Yeah.
you know what? Changes are going to happen. Like, it's a new meta, and, like, obviously I don't think anybody was, like, you know, fully ready for it, but I feel like by playoffs it's going to be completely different because people are going to have figured it out way more. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Vertigo is completely out of playoffs. now,
Yeah.
right?
No, they can't.
They can
No,
make
they
their
can't.
They need
Yeah.
OC to get 3-0'd, Powerhouse to lose, and they need a 3-0.
No, but then they
lose.
lose on map differential.
No,
See?
they beat OC. As long as since they have, I think, barely. The OC
Oh
needs to
wait,
get
no,
3-0'd.
Yeah.
It'll be
So,
a one-on-one thing, but what happened when they played? Like, it'll go down to the
No. They have like a 1 map advantage if that happens. It's really close.
Vertigo needs to beat
what?
Kingdom Come 3-0. Powerhouse loses 3-0, and Overcharge loses. You know, as you said. But I will say I feel like just knowing just for Plat Chat, knowing Gil. I don't know if he's used to playing off tank. I saw him on Hog, I believe, on Lijiang and Ball. Ball obviously not an off tank, but I just don't know if he's comfortable on those heroes or not, because I've known for all the time I've known him since like CDC, he's been mostly a Ryan player, and that's been his like forte. Also, since Ball has really not been meta ever, honestly, you know, he might be a little bit out of his comfort zone, and that could cause a little bit of extra stress. Oh, I forgot to say players of the match for once again. Oh wait, no, I actually did. Never mind, I got it right. Okay.
yeah, you did.
I thought I was slipping there. But yeah, I think that's all for the recap, just for now. Or well, not just for now, but just overall. You know, I'm tripping over my words today. But
okay.
so we'll start with the predictions. Our first game is Tokyo Drifters against Hangzhou Park. I can't predict since I am in fact on Tokyo Drifters. Giz predict Tokyo Drifters winning 3-2, Aqua 3-1 to Tokyo, and Aspect 3-1 to Tokyo. 100% of our analysts and 82% of our community predict Tokyo Drifters win. I'm not going to speak on this game. Just
Thinking back on it,
team.
I probably want to put it a 3-0 for Tokyo, but you know, I'm sticking with 3-1.
I mean, I already have 3-2 down. I would be willing to move it to 3-1 because now that I think about it, like, I kind of feel like Hangzhou just looked like not good for this meta in general, where Tokyo Drifters at the very least like looked really good on double shield. They just weren't very they didn't even try to approach the ball shots. So I feel like maybe Hangzhou Bark could play a mean double shield. I don't know like if any of their tank players can play the Orisa, but I know that Copy can play the Sigma. It's like one of his favorite heroes.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that Hangzhou can pull out a double shield and potentially even match Tokyo Drifters with enough scrim practice.
I think that my prediction is based on the fact that I know how scuffed Hangzhou Bark has been as of recent, and I would put 3-0, but last week they dropped a map to Platchat, and Platchat lost the Vertigo, so I make it a 3-0.
Wow.
Platchat,
Pulling out the 2 weeks below.
It's the long con. I will say... What was I going to say? Damn, I forgot. Oh yeah. If Tokyo wins this is they're one of the few teams in League Zero history to actually go undefeated in regular season. I'm not sure how many.
Michigan Moyes.
Michigan Moyes, Pog.
Michigan Moyes.
I believe. I don't know anything about Season 1, since I was not actually participating in that, but I know Wisdom Academy last season in Novice went undefeated, and I'm not sure. I'd have to check actually, but did any advanced teams last season or the season before go undefeated? So,
I mean, Advanced was more or less Inter last year, was it not?
No. Advanced was Expert, basically.
Yeah, no, like, Advanced is Expert, but now, like, I guess, essentially, the majority of people in Advanced now were in Inter last year, so, like, do you mean by, like, Advanced last year as, like...
Advanced as an expert, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No team Season 1 went undefeated. I'd have to check Season 2 just real quick to you.
I think Tokyo has a good shot of it, and that's just cool for them.
I believe it. I don't know what happened Season 0 either, so... but either way, it is a very rare thing to see an undefeated team in League Zero. I think everyone will be interested in that. Our next game is Epizooks against Overcharged. Everyone put 3-0 except for Aspect. He put a 3-1. Epizooks are 90% of our analysts and 93% of the community predict Epizooks. I mean, honestly, Epizooks just looks like a better team. I feel like they run this meta better than Overcharged. Not really much to say on that.
Alright, listen. To be honest, I would have wanted to change my decision. Because listen, OC making big pickups.
I don't think they
made
anything.
Big OC made massive trades. They made
they got Ravioli, Blossom, Javi.
They got like a bunch of people, right? They make big moves, right? So I think they actually have a chance. Honestly, would probably go back and change it to a 3-2. I think this goes to 5, no matter who it goes to. In my eyes.
I'm not gonna lie. Soundwave Javi, his Orisa doesn't exactly excite me. Nor his ball really. Like, I feel like I know him for his Ryan primarily. Like, his Orisa isn't like
there are 3 Ryan players.
Well, but it's not crazy. And I'm not sure if I could really put that much faith in this meta for Soundwave to be the one making waves.
Shut up.
No. Ravioli, I mean, I don't know much about him aside from his name makes me hungry. So maybe that'll...
He's very high peak, very low valley. Is the best way to explain it from my experience. He's gotten better with consistently. He's gotten a lot better with consistency.
So it's like Pine's inaugural season of Owl, when he would like either do absolutely nothing or get a 4K in a fight.
Basically, yeah. Ravioli is one of those weird players where he's both overrated and underrated at the exact same time. I don't think he's overrated personally. I think he's extremely underrated, but I know some people don't consider him that great. I feel like he's a really good player. He's shown, as you said, his peaks are very, very high and his lows are very, very low. But he can carry. He definitely, when he's hitting his shots, he's probably one of the better hit skins in Advanced.
My thing is, I don't see him playing over Ice, Central, or Piggy, or Blossom, so...
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think that Blossom's that big of an upgrade over anyone. Like, both him and Central are very big Tracer players. Ice is kind of just gods of everything.
I disagree.
I think Blossom's maybe a little bit better, but it's like not that big of a difference between the two.
I think Blossom is very good at that Overwatch thing.
Well, no doubt.
I just think that OC's problem has never been their players, so they're not gonna fix anything just by adding more pretty good players.
Yeah, I mean, even with, as you said, good players, you need to have good roster, like, I guess, ideas, like management wise.
Synergy amongst the
yeah,
players.
synergy as well. I know Milky's a good manager. I'm not taking any knocks on him, but it feels like this season just Overcharge has had the talent. In my opinion, Overcharge has had the talent almost all season to go close to undefeated, maybe even undefeated.
They've practically never put it together.
Yeah, exactly. They have never quite actually put it together. I don't know if there's like an internal like synergy problem, or there is like it just doesn't feel like maybe the players mesh. I know Zakatar is one of those, I guess, what you consider Swiss Army knife kind of guys. He can fit, I guess glue or whatever. I don't know the term exactly, but he can fit on almost any team he's put on. So, you know, I'm just not sure what it is.
What I mean, I'm not gonna lie. What I think it is, maybe they don't have good coaching, because I feel like any team with the right coaching will be the best team. Like the SF Shock, like they've got Krusty as their coach, and they've won two cups. I don't remember what the thing is. Like, but they've won the Overwatch League twice. But then you've got Philly Fusion, who is just a team made of like absolutely disgusting prospects, and they got absolutely clapped in the Final Four because
I think that's still player thing, not coaching. KDG's god. Either way, I feel Fusion just is a lot like OC in my eyes. Like they've never put it together, except except Fusion manages to win, and OC seemed to just never be able to do that. But they're very similar teams.
I feel like a better comparison for Overcharge would be maybe wait, what season were we
Dallas?
just in Overwatch League?
Excel this season.
They're Dallas. They've had the hype.
Yes,
and
they're
never put it
Dallas.
together.
I was gonna say season 1 Washington Justice, or
season 3. This recent season.
Season 2. My bad, not season 1.
Or first Paris channel.
Well, I mean, if you looked at Washington Justice season 2, I mean Corey, Stratus, they had. Did they have Arc then? They had
Are you talking about this season or last with the
previous.
Oh, okay. I think this season's better comparison.
They had Arc. I feel like Soul Dynasty season 1 could be a good comparison.
Ooh, yeah, that is true.
Everybody thought that they were like going to be the number 1 team without contest.
No, it's literally just Dallas.
Yeah, I feel like Dallas is the best one. Dallas is obviously the best comparison. I mean, Overcharge has Coach Bumper, man. Overcharge has Coach Bumper, just like if you had Jane.
Oh, they have Coach Thumper. How could
Hey! We bowled them. We've put down OC enough. Let's find a new team to put down.
Let's put down. Who do you guys want to vote to put down for the rest of the?
Let's put down Powerhouse. I hate Lutaka.
Powerhouse blows.
You're so ugly.
Those guys
You're
suck.
so icky.
I hate Floppa. I hate Floppa.
RMM, do your job.
Okay, but you know, Overcharge, underwhelming. Epizoox is really good. I mean, I could see Overcharge taking this, but I just don't think it's likely. I've said that multiple weeks, and it just hasn't happened yet. Who's to say it'll happen this week? I hate to be like nihilistic or whatever like that, but who's to say they're gonna put it together this week? If they haven't done it yet. But our next game is Vertigo against Kingdom Come. I put Kingdom Come winning this 3-2. Gibbs put Kingdom Come winning 3-1. Aqua put Kingdom Come winning 3-2. And Aspect can't vote because he is on Kingdom Come. 91% of our analysts and 71% of our community predict Kingdom Come. Kingdom Come. The only reason I put this as a 3-2, I think it's going to be a 3-1 or a 3-0 for Kingdom Come, but I just put this out of sheer respect for Vertigo and the team comps they ran last week.
Same. I think that
I'm not
Vertigo's
gonna
going to
lie.
be able to throw off KC for enough maps to get map wins, but eventually KC's just going to beat them with sheer just being better overall. Like,
Yes, I'm not gonna lie, I could actually see this being a 3-2, and I kind of regret putting the 3-1. The reason that I only gave them one map is because Bastion, Shadow, and Kingdom, they're not.
that's Powerhouse's thing.
You know, no, but that Vertigo ran it last week, and
Yes.
I know that Kingdom Come has literally just folded to that like 3 times now out of like the 7 weeks. And so I give them Vertigo that map if they decide to go King's Row. But now that I'm thinking about it, they could also potentially pick up Ling, because OO plays the Ryan. I know Ant is not exactly the most comfortable on Ryan. They were planning to keep me on the team.
Ant?
They were planning to keep me on the team to be a Ryan
Wait.
specialist.
Hold on.
And
Yeah,
I don't
Ant
even
can play
main
anything.
tank.
Ants was literally known as a Rhino TP for a while.
I don't know.
I hard disagree with
I don't know.
that.
I very hard disagree with that. I feel like he was on the team this entire season. I feel like he was looking good on the Orisa and the Winston, but his Ryan was not exactly looking like his most stellar tank.
I think Ant just kind of plays everything.
I feel like
he's a lot like Know You.
I feel like Ant's Reinhardt has less to do with him being bad at it and more or less just Kingdom Come not being able to play Brawl comps that well, because in Brawl meta they were just getting basically outdone by every team they played.
To be honest, like in scrims,
And
they're
not
having
not
me
to
as
not to mention like all the roster shuffling they've done. It would be kind of tough to be able to play Reinhardt with like that.
Kingdom
But
Come
like, okay, what
Blues.
I'm saying is like pretty much just from like a Ling looking at like Ling as our perspective from scrims, they had me playing Ling as the Ryan specialist.
Okay.
And okay, the fact that I'm starting over him for any map in general, that's a crime. But like, I feel like we were able to make it work on Ling with me playing Ryan in scrims. So I feel like, you know, I don't feel like it's as much Kingdom Come. I feel like if they're not making it work as much with Ant in playing the Ryan, then it could be Ant. I mean, I'm not saying that it is Ant, but I'm saying that like on the double shield maps, I think Kingdom Come will win. On non-double shield maps, I'm not sure.
I mean,
think
you
based
do have the perspective that we don't. I'm just
Listen, I think that
It's a very
okay.
hot take.
I'm gonna give up.
Shut up. Okay, talk.
Listen, I think that Vertigo is gonna 3-0. Okay.
Honestly.
Kingdom, because team managed by Triggered cannot win.
You know,
Impossible.
Aspect has a very good point
I
here.
have a great point. He does not send enough cap picks as well, not boosting
Yep.
morale. I
Yep.
think we should impeach Triggered, and I don't know,
Don't
who are we gonna get to manage?
If you get Copy Dog to manage again,
No,
that
Copy is dead.
doesn't matter.
Wait, no,
I
no,
killed him
no! Wait
myself,
a
but it
minute!
doesn't
Aren't you?
matter.
Isn't Kingdom Come's manager Fordle? Where has he been?
Yeah,
No.
but we don't.
We don't talk about
no,
that.
no,
We don't
listen,
talk about
Dude,
that.
He hasn't
Fordle's
shown
the
up in
best.
5 weeks.
Yes, he actually has, but
Has he?
I've seen him in the VC. But he also has Corona right now.
Oh wait,
So
does
he's
he?
he's
Oh,
just dead.
shit.
Yeah, he literally has Corona.
Okay.
He's just dead. He is
Damn.
dead, not
I
existent.
have.
My
So basically-
condolences. My condolences.
Impeach Triggered to get him out of here. I want him out.
Yep.
He believes.
He managed Scavenger Pro. Or wait, no, that was someone else. That
No,
was
no.
Lugia.
Was he the
that
captain?
was Lugia. No, I was
Yeah,
the
that was
captain.
Lugia. My bad.
Triggered was
he was
just the DPS.
Yeah, he managed Bench Gang, and we all know what happened
Yes.
with them.
Bench Gang.
Impeach him
Bench
immediately.
Gang.
He is not fit. I'm
tried-
kidding, of course. Triggered is a great person and or maybe a great manager. I'm not gonna state my opinion on that at the current moment.
He
But
tried to say Avalantis had a better fare than me. Some clown shit.
Hey, let's
So I
move
left.
you
cut.
obviously do have
You're
a
still
grudge,
salty.
but that is not for
I cut.
right now. You can bring it up with him.
It's
when-
definitely
whenever
for
you
right
want.
now.
But
Triggered's
our
so
last
dumb.
game is Platchat against Powerhouse. I actually think I put Platchat winning this 3-2. Giz, Aqua can't predict because they're both on. One's on Platchat, one's on Powerhouse. Aspect said it'll be actually 3-0 to Powerhouse. 64% of our analysts say it's Platchat. 63% of the community says it's Platchat. I don't know where the community voting thing is. Also, I've never seen it, so I don't
in
know
production.
who this community.
Or-
It's in production.
It's in it's in production.
I'm in production. I have never seen
Wait,
it.
no. It's in production announcements.
I am.
Yeah.
I guess I just because I only look at like 2 channels in production. Maybe that's why.
No. It's in the League Zero production announcements where they
Oh.
post like the highlight videos.
I
Yeah.
never
Alright, listen.
see that. But I will say I think
Meow.
I think Powerhouse, what they're running in this current meta, actually could allow them to actually win this game. I think it'll be extremely close. That's all I really have to say.
I think that any team that has lost to Vertigo is not winning ever. So PH3O, very easy. It really is a simple mindset. I think very
Peanut
simply.
shot, bro.
Like, I think that we have a chance to beat basically any team right now, as long as like we can just keep hard one tricking Ball Sigma. Just because, I mean, our DPS are somewhat inflexible, but now we have a projectile player, so that helps.
Pog.
What I'm saying is like I'm actually eligible for plat chat now, so like
Yep.
change your decisions.
Still lost the Vertigo. Any
Okay,
single
I did
player
not play
You
those.
still have
lost the Vertigo?
Canopy.
True.
I mean,
Can it
I may have
both?
shipped him my internet, bro, so he will play on more than like 70,000 ping. It'll be pretty epic,
Canopy diff.
honestly.
Yeah.
He goes wild on the Reaper.
I think that's
And for all we could be pulling out with the Let's think. We're pulling out with the Datarine. Let's say.
Ooh.
We could be, for all you know.
Spicy.
Oh, hear me out, the dad CO.
True.
No.
Bro, the dad. Wait, what did he play on Powerhouse? Like
He played Doomfist.
the dad Tracer.
Yo, the dad sir.
Dad Tracer.
Oh, man, dude.
Bro, they should
Also,
have brought me back. We could have brought the DPS line back.
Yo, on the low, why did you guys get rid of the Jason on the Zen? His Zen was kind of looking a
What
little
the
bit
hell? Aqua.
Better.
Yeah,
What?
that's highly debatable. Highly debatable.
And
No,
Jason
that's
is
the goat.
crazy.
Jason, the main thing is he's kind of just doesn't like scrimming. He's like,
Yeah,
was
he's,
willing to
like,
just
kinda
ring everyone
AFK.
from time to time, but overall he's just kind of done with the game. So we have Dempsey, we have Dad, we have Kate. So
Hooray
we have
for
like three
Dempsey.
options.
I love Dempsey. Dempsey's awesome.
Well, that's kind of a gamer right there.
Well, listen,
but-
I think that's.
I think.
I think that Powerhouse looked pretty okay, but any team that lost to Vertigo is destined to forever lose. That's
just so
the knowledge I
mean.
bestow upon today.
Aspect, very
Yeah.
knowledgeable person. I know.
Very
Yeah,
knowledgeable, very
Aspect is
knowledgeable.
I look for him for
extremely
wisdom.
knowledgeable. He is shown to 0 scrims for the team that he is on.
Exactly.
Extremely knowledgeable.
Honestly, I rang for a scrim before I got for a Kingdom Come scrim before I got traded, and
And then you haven't shown up.
that was like a week ago, or that was a week before I got traded, and then I got traded, and then I showed up to a scrim. I played one map, and I was like, damn, this team blows, and I just haven't showed up again. On
Yeah.
the low.
It's kind of why
No,
I
I'm
left.
kidding.
I'm kidding.
What?
No, dude, I'm
Hey,
kidding.
listen.
I don't know. I just. The reason why I left is because personally I just wasn't having fun scrimming while I was with Kingdom Come, but
Imagine scrimming.
but I was scrimming with other teams and I was having fun, so I figured there was something wrong there, so I dipped.
Imagine
Just for my
scrimming.
kind of non-biased take, I think this game's gonna be 3-0 for whatever team. I don't think that it's gonna be close.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be pretty close. I think one team's just gonna come out and dominate.
Hey, listen,
That's a
I
good
feel like
take.
it could go kind of like the Tokyo Drifters game, where on ball maps you guys were extremely dominant, and how double shield maps Tokyo Drifter was extremely dominant.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not
not
saying
hard.
that we can double shield
It's
with
just-
that ball,
listen,
but it's going to be one map is extremely dominant for one team, and then the other map's going to be extremely dominant.
Maybe that too. You never know.
Alright,
Yeah.
listen. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Give me 1 second.
No.
Listen, Pew Pew's the homie. Gil, also a homie. Was on Powers with him. Oh, Powerhouse.
And
Oh, Powerhouse.
Dempsey. And Dempsey.
Dempsey. Who's their main support? Who's their main support?
Lilac.
Lilac. I see him tweeting about being femboy. Good shits.
Good
But they lost the Vertigo. I'm sorry. It is
Factual.
what it is.
Factual.
Wait, did Lilac?
We lost the map too.
Oh. Wait, hold on. You guys are tripping out. I'm talking about.
Cut the VOD.
Yeah, just cut the VOD, honestly.
Alright, well, I think we'll end this off here. Do any of you have anything to say as we close?
I have 2 things. 1, follow Shimothy on Twitter, and 2, meow.
True.
Quirky.
man.
I
Fat
have one
boy.
thing. Follow at Adam_GUI on IG.
That's a
If
If
lot
you
of
don't do that, you're kind of
letters.
uncool. It's my name in League 0 Discord. You'll see it.
At Ashupect on Twitter, follow me.
Don't do that.
Don't follow
You
me on
definitely
Twitter.
should. I tweet bangers. Let's look at my last tweet.
Don't follow me on Twitter. I retweet
My last
too many
tweet.
anime.
My last
videos,
tweet
bro.
was me blocking Grape on Twitter. Like, you have to follow me now. It's just
Banger.
What was before that? What was before that?
It was your Genji 4K bleed, wasn't it?
That was a banger tweet. That was
That was a banger tweet. I will agree with that.
It was a 5K as well. In class, when that bitch was talking about cell division. Actually, she was talking about. Listen, I've told this to somebody else before, but she was actually talking about microscopes. But because when I was posting the thing on Twitter, right, I was in the class again. So she was talking about cell division while I was in the class, right? And so I thought, oh, she was talking about it in the VOD, and I got super confused. So that's why I put cell division. It was actually microscopes.
I see.
Very funny.
Yeah, but I will say don't follow me on Twitter. I retweet too many titties. Unless you're
Follow Chim Club on
I may have to follow Armam on Twitter, bro.
on Twitter.
Yep, everybody.
_R_M_.
There are no titties. What the fuck, man?
I used to. I did it
titties.
earlier. It's
I'm
mostly under my
gonna
likes.
scroll
Don't
years
go to
down.
my likes. Don't go to my likes.
I'm going to his likes.
Okay, but I think that's it. Kiz,
Hold up,
Aqua,
wait. This is
Essay.
not over.
Oh,
I still haven't seen any titties.
Thank
Looking
you.
for titties.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the expert part of the countdown. My name is Pooja Scooter. I'm joined here with Bakanje. X-Runner.
Hello.
And Nate.
Band player, Poggers.
Poggers! Alright, so we're going to move on to the first game, which is Chengdu versus Newt. Chengdu won 3-1, and the player of the match was Opie. I overall just want to say for this game, I saw the client Ryan. They won a map with the client Ryan. I don't know what to feel anymore. Client did show me some clips about him playing Ryan. It was inspirational, I'm not gonna lie. But X-Runner, since you are actually a part of Newt, can you just explain what happened?
Yeah, so basically going into the match, everybody didn't really want to play, so they decided to just troll. You know, as per usual, client Ryan went hard. But, I mean, I honestly think that even if Newt did try, this would have been a close game. Chengdu's been playing pretty well recently, and I think, although Newt's trolled, it was going to be a close match either way. Just, it's not really good looks from them saying that, like, in, like, a play-in tournament, and, you know, we're trolling.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Alright. From what I saw, I don't know how to say like the game overall. It was fine from both sides. I felt like it should have been closer, or could have been closer, 100%. But then again, you also said that nobody really wanted to play. Blah 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 blah. That happened. Yeah. All right, moving on to the next game, which is San Francisco Glock versus Love Muffin. A Glock won 3-2 against Love Muffin. The player of the match was Tiny Moo, and the honorable mention was Jazza. So, from our side of the game, we thought that we had a chance of winning. We saw that they ran double shield. We mainly ran Diva ball comps with me on the Diva and Eok on the ball. That didn't really work out so well in the first map, so we swapped it up to double shield, which we haven't tried at all in scrims. And we brought it to 5 maps, which honestly is pretty good for us. Overall, our spirits are high, our mental is good, every player wants to play, we want to improve, and hopefully we can make playoffs, and hopefully, yeah, win the next game against East Club. Alright, let's move on to the next game, which is Z9 versus Easy Club. Z9 won 3-0. The player of the match was Keith, and the honorable mention was Vexy. My man Keith. Bakanje, can you just like go through what happened in the game, what you did before, after? You don't remember?
I just don't remember. Like, I think we scrimmed once that week.
Alright!
I genuinely just don't remember.
Alright, that's fine. I'll try to filler some stuff.
It was very easy though, it was a very easy game.
Yeah, I could see that.
See, like, it's kind of sad that Easy Clap has to win in order for us to make playoffs, because I don't have a lot of faith in them, but it kind of has to.
Hey, you predicted them winning 3-0, so...
Yeah, that's because I wanted to make playoffs.
Well, are you sure that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Nope.
Because if you guys lose, no matter what, you're out.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We have to win, obviously. That's not hard against the throwing Newt though. So.
Xenon's gonna get cut.
Yeah, you guys better not throw Newt. All right.
I think Client Ryan still booms Ultra. Thoughts?
I'm gonna have to agree.
I'm going to agree with that too.
Oof. Ugh. This is actually going by pretty fast. We're already on the predictions, and we are exactly 4 minutes and 3 seconds into the recording.
Oh shit.
damn.
We'll beef it up.
Yeah, we'll beef it up later.
Okay.
Wait, Nate. Do you have any comments on the recap?
Actually, yes, many. So, first of all, for the Chengdu Newt game, I think it's hold on, I need to check something on Chengdu's roster. Please excuse me. I believe that game was a genie div.
True as hell.
I don't believe he played. If he did, I didn't notice, but it's a genie div.
I'm gonna agree.
Who else played? SFG Love Muffin. Jazz is a cheater. Jazz a diff.
True. So.
And Z9 versus Easy Clap. My man Keith.
My man Keith.
Bakanje, you suck. Worst player actually.
You blow.
True.
Comical coming from you. 7th Regiment Bakanje.
Peak above 4.3. Peak above 4.3, please. How about you?
I wish, man.
Peak above 7th Regiment maybe.
Oh shit. I'm already on Crusader. I think I already did that.
Oh,
No.
true.
Perish. Okay, so Pooter, you may continue. I'm done with all my comments.
Alright, I guess we gotta put in some filler. I don't know what to say. But we're gonna move on to the predictions, which is Chengdu versus San Francisco Glock for the first game. A few of us think that Glock is gonna win, while I think that Chengdu is gonna win. I mainly think that Chengdu is gonna win just based on the fact that the only times that they've lost is from a forfeit and that they haven't had enough players. Glock hasn't looked that good recently, even though they didn't have Pascal last weekend and they won 3-2 against us. Just overall across all the roles, they didn't look that good.
Well, okay. Here's what I'll say about this game. I have a couple of comments about this game.
Mhm.
So I think the reason SFG has looked a little shaky these past few weeks, Joshua fucking blows that ball. His ball is not inspirational.
They didn't play ball in our game.
Like, no offense to Joshua, his ball is not very inspirational. He needs the coaching from Luka J. He needs the coaching from Luka J. Brown. They also didn't have Pascal Trials player. That's actually a big difference. Very big difference.
Pascal Contenders player, what?
Contenders, fuck.
Yeah, Contenders.
Yeah,
Idiots.
Pascal, very good player, very good upgrade above Tiny Man.
So,
I literally just think they're gonna one-trick double shields. Very good.
Probably gonna be honest
Just a
about
short-
that. Yeah.
Just a short message. Pooter, you never saw me put down SFG 3-2. It was always Chengdu 3-2. Okay.
All right, sounds good. I'll keep that in my back in my mind.
Okay.
I have a couple things to say about the match. I think that Chengdu and Z9 are the two teams looking the best going into the playoffs. Or these couple of weeks. But I also think that if Scrimmalon, they scrim this double shield, they can probably roll over Chengdu, especially if Pascal can play this week. I think it's looking better for Glock.
I feel like Glock overall, I think they said this before, they've scrimmed a total of 2 times throughout all of League 0.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's that. It's basically just pure mechanical skill, not really that much synergy with them.
I'd say there's synergy from HAs. I mean, that wasn't really a good team, but...
Yeah.
I feel it's just the acquisition of Jazza, as well as them just getting better individually, just really boosted them up to the one of the top teams.
So excuse my interruption, but remember that funny time when I break diffed Hanamura hotshots? Very good times. Very good times.
True.
Yeah.
That happened. That for sure happens.
Hey, Kanjay never forgets. I took you out of playoffs. Perish.
That's true as hell.
All right.
Okay, now back to business.
Back to the main event, the main business.
You said you needed filler, Peter. Okay.
Yes, I know, I did.
Okay,
And thank you.
Chengdu wins 3-2. Because Chengdu roster, isn't it Matthew, OP, Bun, Zira, Calbo, Genie? Is that it?
It's either Calvo Genie or Adam Genie.
It's Calvo Genie.
Calvo Genie.
Okay,
Calvo's
so
in my opinion better. But...
okay, so you see, with that, there's 2 trials players versus 1 contenders players. I think it evens out, but also you're forgetting they have Gods of Gaming, Genie. So realistically, I think
just gonna lock nails. Genie's
I think
just gonna lock nails.
No. Matt's locking nails. Genie's put on Arista for this match.
Holy shit.
Genie's gonna hard MTD.
They're breaking it out. Jish was gonna need to retire after this one.
Holy shit.
True.
You got the leaks from the inside. My God.
Of course.
Yeah.
Band player knows all.
Alright, moving on to the second game. It's Z9 versus Newt. The guests and the hosts believe that Z9 is going to win, but the analysts and the community think that Newt is going to win. The main reason why I chose Z9 was just because Keith diff and they've just been looking so good. And they need to win this game to make playoffs. They need to, so they're gonna be fired up for this. But I can see that if Newt just kicks into high gear, they just roll over, and yeah.
It's just gonna troll. It's gonna happen.
Okay, so realistically, I put Z9 to win 3-2, cause I don't know who Keith is, and I just put down a random number generator. And if Newt loses, I'm trading all my players to Ape Academy, and then
oh shit. Oh no, please, I retire.
So
I actually do have the inside leaks.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the inside leaks. So like mainly Z9 is playing poke, and I think we can definitely outspoke Newts because a good majority of Newts players are on Crusader, which is a GGNA team that is like Nudes.
We're all one trick.
We fucking suck at poke.
Yeah, no, Crusader fucking. So we suck at poke. We fucking suck at poke.
So yeah, realistically,
we'd have put Daniel on ball over flawless.
Oh shit!
Tragic.
No, the leaks. Oh shit.
Shit. But yeah,
yeah, that's why
I think Z9 just outpokes them. That just happens.
Yeah, that's why whenever we play ball, I play either the Diva or the Sigma because I just can't play ball. Main tanks can't really play ball.
What?
Yeah.
Well, League Zero main tanks.
Luca J. Brown, come on, never forget.
Never forget.
I fix it. I said League Zero main tanks.
Okay, so as I was saying, I think Z9 wins this game just off the fact that they have Keith, but it also gives them they also have a very big chance of losing because they have M-Key. So it's like it kind of evens out. Because M-Key fucking blows, and I don't know who Keith is, but I saw his looking for opportunity top OD/trials, and I'm like, hey, this guy's good. He probably plays.
he's a very good.
Yeah, I know him IRL, and he was on a Weird Squad when they went
is he like
number 8.
Leak but Zen?
He's like what Zen?
Is he like Leak, the guy from last season?
Yeah.
Zen?
Who's Leak from last season? What?
The brick player.
Yeah, it's Zen and then Ana as well.
Yeah,
so Keith mainly plays Zen and Ana. He's trying to learn BAP right now.
So he's like Leak but Zen.
Yeah.
Maybe you know him under the tag of Real Boss Baby.
Oh, I see. I think I just might, honestly. I am taking a look at the document right now, and I see Anonymous Quagga. Does anyone want to explain themselves?
Oh yeah, who is that? Who's blue?
Who is Anonymous Quagga?
I think that's
Anonymous.
no?
That is X-Runner, yeah.
Oh my god, what is that?
I don't pick and choose, alright?
Oh
Who's
my
Anonymous
god.
Cats?
That might be me.
Oh no, that's me. That's me.
Okay, I don't know who I am. Wait, why are you Anonymous Nyan Cats? What the hell?
Nate is Anonymous Lemur.
All right. We're going off track. We're going off track. So let's move on to the last game, which is Love Muffin versus Easy Clap. But Kandre just wants Easy Clap to win because he wants to make playoffs. But most people think that Love Muffin is going to win. I think the Love Muffin is going to win because I'm on the team and we are just gonna roll. If they run the ball Diva, the ball Sigma, we have counters to that. If they run double shield, we just win. I don't know what else to say.
Yep. Yeah, I'll say I think if Love Muffin has learned how to counter the ball shield with double shield, I think they're gonna win 3-0. But I think that Yellow Dog has been looking pretty good, and Infected has been looking pretty good. They have a DP which is a throw, but you know. So I think if Love Muffin can counter ball, they win. If they cannot, it's gonna be a close game, but I still think they edge them out.
Alright, so I just want to go through Easy Clap's roster. So, Infected.
Better
Better than me.
Sure.
No offense, Peter, but
Yeah.
he plays ball. He plays ball.
YOLO, I honestly think that YOLO and Dead are even.
YOLO better. YOLO's better.
YOLO better.
YOLO's better off tank than me and Bakanja.
Okay.
Let's see. Hit scan. Who's hit scan?
No question. Juru better than both DPS.
And then also Target is
I don't know who
expanding
Target
his
is.
hero pool. He is.
I heard about him in Pugs once. People thought he was good. I talked to Baz about it. He said he was promising. Target's the best player in League Zero.
Truth. Truth.
And then Juru. I fucking love Juru. I've talked to him once, and he's the best player I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a.
He plays Tracer.
He is a grinder. I do have to say he is.
I wasn't a
very
fan
good.
of him because he one-trick mashed him Pugs.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then yeah.
I wasn't a fan of anyone in Pugs because I couldn't play in them.
L.
True.
You played him one and he cheated.
Banned player.
Someone bought fucking crit hit for you.
Shut your ass up. Okay, now back to business.
All right, yeah. That's basically it. So all of these games are pretty promising to be very good ones, except for Love Muffin and Easy Clap. That's gonna be a 3-0 for Easy Clap. Sorry, Solus. No, 3-0 for Love Muffin. 3-0 for Love Muffin.
Yes, it is.
3-0 for Love Muffin. Sorry, Solus. It has to be done.
No. Solus is the goat.
Solus is the goat.
I have something to say.
Yes, say it.
Love Muffin will guarantee win this game. As a matter of fact, I will make sure of it myself.
Oh shit!
Taking it into his own hands.
Oh no, he's put on MP's account.
Deef will perish to my hands before the game. Watch your back, Deefy.
All right.
DP doesn't even start that team anymore.
So I'm just gonna wrap it up now.
Lucio on their team, then.
I'm gonna wrap it up. It's been 16 minutes and 33 seconds.
Worthy plays Lucio. Caesar Salad plays Moira. Or I guess.
Interesting.
Wait, no, doesn't Iceman play Lucio and Worthy play?
Iceman's on that roster. Iceman.
Who the hell is Iceman?
He's Iceman.
He's the main support for Hungwords, I think.
Huh?
Who? Metal Ball?
Oh, Bird Society.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I know them.
Recto and YOLO got Iceman to join them.
I know them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what that is, of course.
Yeah. Nate.
Yeah.
Nate, you blow.
That's compliment coming from you.
You blow.
Hold on, we talk about leaks.
I will make sure that Z9 loses this game, Kanjay.
Oh shit!
Thank you. We need every chance that we get to make it into playoffs.
Okay.
I'm
recording
going
it or no?
to drive.
I didn't stop it yet. So
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. All right. So this is the end of the countdown. I'm gonna ask the people for their what did I say? Not final words.
I think you learned your lesson of saying final words after MK was on the countdown.
Yeah, I know. Final remarks.
What did MK do?
Final remarks.
What did MK say on the countdown? If you don't mind me asking.
Pooter asked for his final words, and MK thought he was gonna die.
Well, shit.
All right, Nate. What are your final remarks?
My will goes out to Kanjay's sister.
Oh my god. Oh, wait, Kanji, you have a sister?
What? Oh my god. This shit is unbelievable. This shit is unbelievable. This can't be happening. This can't be happening.
Perish promptly.
Okay. Final words. I'm
Final
going to
remarks.
Final remarks. I have a couple things to say.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure Acre makes all 6 teams make playoffs. It's going to happen by my hands.
Well, actually, it's gonna be 5 teams. Z9 will perish.
I will force Acre to do it. Also, shout out Emke is quite robust. I think Pascal also wants me to shout him out.
Hey, shout out to Noah.
Shout out to Noah. That's true as hell. That's true as hell.
Also, what's it called? Pre-save the new Port Amerigo album.
What?
Why?
Port America.
Shut your ass up.
I guess, yeah.
All right, Nate. Final remarks. Go.
My will get the Kanji sister.
All right,
and
X Runner.
pre-save the
Final
Port Amerigo
remarks.
It's looking to be a good week. Watch matches. Hashtag join the crusade.
True as hell. Hashtag
True as
join the
hell.
crusade.
Hashtag join the crusade.
Hashtag join the crusade.
All right, my final remarks is all of these games are going to be really, really good this weekend, and this decides, at least from last season, the playoff qualifications between 2 teams, Love Muffin and Z9.
Pruder, you have to say hashtag join the crusade.
All right, hashtag join the crusade.
My man.
Yeah.
All right, that's about it. See you guys next week.